Yeah, we live. I just got some music playing in the background.
My nigga got the whole city, so they wanna hang with us. Your nigga looking so shitty, he phone with this and they can't get up. No bus
hit the
stop,
like
nigga,
button,
I ride
never
the
look funny
Henny,
today.
truck stop, nigga, fuck all that Denny. Give her hand, tight grip on the Remy, she not a damn, man, that bitch worse than Denny. Ayy, I was round with the young nigga Blicky. Kidnap him and cut his tongue, got we found out these snitches. Rap nigga lose their life, cause they be with the distance. You a whole bitch, your homie the shooter, and you just the witness. You know when I pop out, I bring him the stitch. I catch her up, I'ma shoot till he finish. She bet where you been, stay the fuck out my business. Say you get this number, that look, or you trippin'. Chasing the bag, I be on it. I don't want your hoe to be honest. I put the food in your stomach. Send to take it back if I want it. I tell my shooters, get up on your ass. You make a distance, you won't get a pass. Put that ridiculously, you in the past. Hey. No 30 shot, I keep a 50 shot. Yeah, I used to post up a kitty cop. I went to war with plenty ops. I was the one who said fuck it, they do it out any cop. I was the one who said fuck it, they fight no more, cause they on their block. You be the type of niggas out here loving these hoes, that's like an air cop. Ayy, ayy, Big Glizzy, it came with a red dot. Ayy, ayy, fuck with the ops, you catch a headshot.
If you I don't care who you with, cause my killer blow for me. Take a can with a cooler key, so it don't overheat. Baby, that low shit, baby. I'm not from over east. Kids be going crazy. Boot 'em in OC.
My nigga got the whole city, so they wanna hang with us. Your nigga looking so shitty, he phone with this and they can't get up. No bus stop, nigga, I ride the Henny, you truck stop, nigga, fuck all that Denny. Give her hand, tight grip on the Remy, she not a damn, man, that bitch worse than Denny. Ayy, I was round with the young nigga Blicky. Kidnap him and cut his tongue, got we found out these snitches. Rap nigga lose their life, cause they be with the distance. You a whole bitch, your homie the shooter, and you just the witness. Bitch, I'm from Black World, bees up. Disrespect if you gon' meet them, we gon' need a gun. Fuck Jesus, no grab a gun if you gon' freeze up. Fuck a Jolly Rancher, Sunny sippin' for dropping the lead up. Back roll on me, nigga, fuck a wallet, I don't carry Visa. Any bitch win in my pocket, I beat her. Hit the whole phone with the odds, I'ma treat her. We ready to be ready to buy, she a dealer. But lady said, pat me the Glock, I'ma leave her. Cause God, it ain't nothing but killers. They lit to your bitches, he slide on you niggas. AD for fat double trigger. And it's just for the niggas who shot it up. And the party act crazy, my Glock up. For them watch every nigga who not with us. I can see him at Westbrook to dot him up. Police see it, ask me like who shot you up. I ain't tellin', so they bitches lock me up. I ain't selling my soul for $100. That's $100,000, that's not enough.
Cause it came from nowhere. I came from make it to the top. And can't nobody stop me. This shit same nigga with me at the bar. Same nigga I told I
My nigga got the whole city, so they wanna.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Next Gen 720. I'm here with Post. We're gonna have a little fun here today. And I gotta give credit where credit is due. I know Post has gotten a lot of slack about this in the past. But we're gonna have a little fun. Shout out to everybody in the chat. What we got here, my man Clive K. Jack the Rider, Simply Deep, 1985. So who's the dude in the middle with the blow? That's D. Heath Steven, what's going on, baby? We got Ubeezy, Showstopper. My man, where you going to drop that red? What's that? That reacted Xbox? Oh, the redacted Xbox file. Listen, I've been giving it to you little by little. I didn't give you the vid, my man D Freebase, and put on the cape. Little by little, man. Everything's cool in moderation. But we got Alex Escobar. Yeah, we on Discord. Anybody want to rock me on Discord? Free Flow. We got Neverland. Showstopper, what's good? Like I said, but anyway, listen, as you guys come in, hit the like button. We're gonna share this out. I know a lot of Sony fans ain't gonna want to hear this, man, but we're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna listen, my pony brethren. We're gonna find somebody to blame for this shit. We're gonna either blame it on Google or we're gonna blame it on Michael. So we ain't taking this L like this, man. We're gonna find somebody. Hey, Post, ain't nothing funny, bro.
Hey, yo, this is really funny, man.
Ain't nothing funny, bro.
That day I was fighting the whole panel in a chat.
Ain't
and everybody
funny,
was against me, player. But I'm here today to hand out L's. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Hey, yo. Yeah.
How quickly things have changed.
Yeah.
And they changed quicker than I thought they would, you know.
Yeah. we gonna talk. Let me put this out, man. I'm trying to my man. All right, hold up. Porter Rock said he don't want the table smoke. He keep packing. He going in by he's going to Petty.
I know he better pack. Oh man. Yo, they won't show up today.
Oh no,
they won't show up.
Hey,
today.
Jay said he getting the link. Me getting the drink. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he need one.
He said, he said, let me tweet this out and everything.
Hey,
he
man. Disappeared from the DMs. He left the building. Hey, Showstop made that nigga leave the DMs.
Okay. Yeah, hold on, man. Hold on, let me check this in. Join, hold on. Join us. Join us live. Post up. Handing out L's to the PlayStation community.
Nintendo too. Baron talking all that stuff about Nintendo not doing cloud because the traditional way worked for him, and Reggie just stated that he's played Project Google Project Stream, and that they're looking into it now, and they already got you're already able to use Project Stream on the Nintendo Switch over in Japan right now. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm tweeting this out, bro. So you just do it, man. Heal up, man.
Hey, man.
What post you talking about now, man?
What's going on,
man?
Yeah,
play. Alex?
Well, what up, brother?
Hey, listen here, man. Listen. We gonna find, hey, Alex, we gonna find somebody to blame this shit on, man.
Listen, I need factual evidence. I don't want to go for speculation or rumors, you heard?
No, this is factual evidence. This is from Sony themselves.
Listen. You got a Hershey's Kiss wrap on your head in the background.
Hey, yo, hold on, man. Wait, hold on. I need a fan. I gotta fan myself. They talking about I didn't sign the contract too soon. Wait, hold on. Am I gonna opt out clause for you?
You ain't never signed too soon. It's better late than it was better the way you did it, bro.
Oh man, wait, hold on.
I just smoke next year.
Oh, I just realized that background you got in the background.
Yeah, hold on, man. I gotta do my how you say big trick, man. Jedi mind trick. I gotta get my brothers on to talk about something else. Man,
I'm still wondering how it's finna go down on Twitter and social media.
It's going down right now. Hey yo, let me tell you something. When J Dubs goes Zero Dark 30 for a little while, you know he gonna be trying to take no L's. When he go, when he go Zero Dark 30, yeah, you know what I mean?
We need evidence. We need facts, man. Whatever it is.
This is from Sony themselves, bro.
We need facts. I want to see what is it about. What we talking about?
Don't see. Read the headline.
What's the head? I forgot what the goddamn headline was.
It said, Sony looks to copy Microsoft plans with bringing PlayStation games to any device.
Wait, hold on. Can you hear me in the back? Pardon me. Wait, hold on. Goddamn. Anybody I want.
Hey,
wait, hold on.
And
man.
so they said a cloud gaming revolution, meaning that this is something that the industry is doing. Like I've said in the past, that this just because Microsoft seems to announce things first, everybody kind of that's just Microsoft.
What
Sony and Nintendo, they ain't got to do. I'm talking about in terms of when this whole thing about when the cloud gaming came out, when people were saying Xbox games going to be on other devices, including PlayStation and Switch. Everybody said Microsoft will be the only one doing this because they're losing. That Sony and Nintendo can continue to follow the traditional model because it works for them. And that they don't have to do this shit. They're making money and selling 80, 100 million consoles.
Wait. I need Jake Dubs in here. I need to see my contract. Hey, Jake Dubs.
I remember everything.
Wait.
Barrett said, Rock said.
All right, so listen. The way it sounding, if that's true, right? Mm-hmm. The real one is here, the PC people. It ain't you, it ain't me. It's the PC guys.
It ain't the fact that I really don't care. It was the fact that I told them this was coming. That Microsoft wasn't going to be the only.
Hit the like button.
That this was going to be an industry industry move. The whole industry moving towards.
Hold up. Jay Dubs hit me right now. He said I can't see my contract. The fuck? Oh wait. Hold the phone. This motherfucker looking ironclad right now. And they have you sign a blank piece of paper and they filled in the rest. Wait, hold on now.
Nah, they gave you that paper in blue, brother.
Hold up. Cut the bullshit. Let's cut the bullshit real quick.
No, ain't no bullshit.
Let's cut the bullshit. No, because listen. I went through this. No, hold up. I went through this shit last year with Z. I'm playing God of War 3 on my Samsung of TV. Shut the fuck up.
Wait, hold on. Hey, Porter Rock, you got the contract? Hey, Porter, you got my contract?
And we got the receipts too.
Wait, hold on.
The receipts too, nigga. I remember everything.
Listen, I'm gonna tell J-Dubs, I'm invoking Article 66. Wait,
hold on.
And there is a clause to this. No one can battle this. My word is law. That's it. I'm invoking Article 66. I'm getting all the stormtroopers to kill this motherfucker. Fuck your flat earth. Fuck your flat earth.
Wait, hold on.
Fuck your gato.
J-Dubs, I invoke Article 66.
Yo, this nigga.
He is done.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Hey, Porter Rock. Can I at least see my contract? They talking about I just signed a blank contract, man.
Look, the chat catching L's too, because they was right along with you.
I'm gonna send 2 men in suits. You collecting that PlayStation. You stop playing original assets. You done. You ain't playing AAA's no more. You gotta hold Obsidian and some shit.
Oh, man. Man.
Wait, I don't know. Hey, Porter Rock, hold on. I'm just a little nervous or something, man.
Listen, if you haven't noticed about PlayStation now, if y'all relying on that dog shit program, you're going to be playing Spider-Man in 2029.
Well, let me bring up the article. Let me get the article. See what they talking about. Post, you got it on the screen?
Yeah, we need the facts, Sway.
Wait, hold on. Let me share my screen.
I got the original link for where the article was created from.
What's that?
And it's pretty much Sony's looking for a staff software engineer for cloud backend. And one of the first things it says is as a part of Sony Interactive, the cloud gaming engineer and infrastructure team is leading the cloud gaming revolution, putting console quality video games on any device.
Yeah, you're gonna get Infamous in 2 years.
Right.
Wait, hold on.
I ain't finna assume how they're gonna do it as far as if the game's gonna come out day and date or is they gonna come out at a later date. I'm not finna assume I do none of that because you guys assume it's head.
But here's the thing.
And look what the fuck happened.
But Sony already did that. Z was saying he was playing God of War 3 on the Samsung TV last year. I already went through this troll last year.
I understand it. No. I understand that. But guess what? Guess what y'all said about that? You guys told me that Sony went down this road with PS Now, and that PS Now was shit, and that's why they poured it off every other device because it was a failure.
Wait, hold on, Post. Hey, wait, hold on, Post. I give my blood pressure medication.
Post up. We know one time go ahead and hold on the other.
Hold up. On your Xbox, you using Game Pass?
Yes.
Okay, on your PlayStation, are you using PS Now?
No.
All right then, there you go. No. Shut up, fuck.
Game Pass has
you hyping shit you ain't even using yourself. Shut your goddamn mouth.
I'm not hyping PS. I'm not hyping this shit. I'm just saying. Wait, hold on. I'm not hyping this shit. I'm just saying that I was right. When I told you that the industry was going in this direction, I said the industry was going in this direction, and everybody argued me down, including the chat, that I was wrong.
Hey, did I argue down, Post?
Hey,
did I argue down?
Z, they said Microsoft was the only company doing it.
What did I say, Post? Did I argue down?
Barry you was right along with me.
Oh, shit. Wait, hold on.
He was hyping you up. He was hyping you up. What you talking about?
You go Z, that Post. I'm not here to question your integrity, but they do have a point. My brother, we don't want to hear that shit.
Can I see my contract? I want who got my contract?
Look, hey, look, Barrett too, because Barrett said.
Barrett in too? Oh, Lord.
You say.
Barrett with Nintendo don't need to do cloud gaming and all that shit. And Reggie just said they ain't looking into Project Stream. They already streaming to Switch over in Japan.
Nintendo got to worry about.
Yo, Z, you safe for now. But post up, I invoke Article 66. And there is no Congress that can override it. That ain't it. My word is law.
Look, I just said it was all I said was that every other industry,
include the cables. You can't even keep the headpiece. Turn that shit into. We're gonna remove your trophies. The three trophies you did earn, we taking them back.
Damn.
I ain't gonna hold you. Your man posted a picture of himself, not to have something with the head. Yo, they cooked this man alive, bro.
That bag.
They put him in the bag.
That shit had
They had somebody lay down on the floor with Faux Loco. I'm like, what is this, bro?
Yo, there was like, I never seen so many memes like within 5 minutes.
Yo,
man,
5 minutes, bro.
Hey, yo, I was rolling at that shit. I was like, man, what the fuck did I do? I knew once I tweeted,
killed yourself.
And killed myself. I said, I knew once I tweeted that pic, I fucked up.
Oh yeah, Great Court niggas got this shit in red.
Because of a haircut.
Man. Let me ask you guys a question. As far as this, is this the way the industry is moving overall? Everybody's gonna get on board with this shit.
Yeah,
I mean, if it makes dollars, it makes sense.
I'm gonna tell you, man. If these consoles company keep doing these fuck shit, I'm gonna just go PC.
Sony is saying that cloud gaming division. Sony is saying in this job description that cloud gaming engineering infrastructure is leading. Is leading. They said they're leading the cloud gaming revolution.
Do you believe them?
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Hold on
1 second. I got post up. Hold on, I got post up on the phone. We got post up. Showstopper. Get it, show.
Hey, Puerto Rock, all y'all, man. I hope y'all can hear me. Y'all know this some trash, man, because y'all was sitting here kicking our back end. Kicking our back end about how all our games was coming to the PlayStation.
Showstopper.
That's Showstopper.
Hey, yo, Showstopper. Shut the fuck up.
Yo, Showstopper just mad that Halo 6 is coming to PlayStation.
Showstopper.
I want that same energy.
Showstopper mad that
Showstopper is an abusive steroid user.
Tell Showstopper he mad that Halo 6 is gonna be on PlayStation 6.
Get my back kicked in and take my L's. Y'all take y'all L's.
Yo, listen. Tell Showstopper he better be quiet before the CO come get him.
Tell Showstopper he mad that E3 2026 they're gonna have PlayStation on the Microsoft stage.
Alright,
that nigga talking too much, man. That's what sounds crazy.
That boy Showstopper had to call it. All I said was that
go ahead. That in 2026 E3 Microsoft is gonna have PlayStation on the stage.
Look, all my point was when we first started talking about this, my only point was that every other industry outside of the game industry has already moved towards cloud. So it was inevitable for the gaming industry to move there as well. And I got flack, boy. Y'all stumped my legs in on that panel.
We still gonna stomp your legs, nigga.
We're still gonna stomp your legs.
Hey,
until you change your mind about the flat earth, you're gonna stop.
Now, in terms of Sony, I would say this though. In terms of reading this now, saying they leading the cloud gaming revolution of bringing console quality games to any device. I never expected that from Sony. I would say that. All I said was that they, in terms of the cloud, the same approach Microsoft was taking, that they was doing. They just wasn't speaking about it. But Sony hasn't even really been vocal about this. But this job,
they're not like Microsoft. Microsoft want to show off everything.
Right. But that's this job.
But technically,
they're leading the revolution in cloud gaming.
Like Sony's been doing cloud gaming 3 years now.
Yeah. And so, but as far as them being on any device,
Nobody
as far as
cares.
that game's being on any device now.
I mean, they did it before. I don't know why they stopped it because it was actually on TVs. It was on the
said it was trash and it wasn't successful.
It was. I still don't think it's successful. I mean, who's using it?
Where the PlayStation fans now, since Microsoft came out with their cloud game, everybody.
I'm just saying, who's using it?
A lot of people on the Sony side is using PS
the
now.
The only person I know that uses PS now is Jay Barty.
And Hip Hop Gamer. And Hip Hop Gamer.
I don't know anybody else that uses this shit. Like everybody talks about it. I'm like, all right, who actually is using it?
I keep it a staggered.
I don't know nobody that uses it either, but
I say the only thing that bothers me with you Xbox fanboys is that when Sony does something, it's not revolutionary. But when Microsoft does it, they start.
No, fuck it. You ain't better change the narrative.
Running with this cloud.
Sony game's gonna be on the Xbox.
Hold on, let me talk. You always gotta get loud when I'm about to prove a point.
That's what I'm talking about.
Sony games gonna be on the Xbox. It's PlayStation games coming to the Xbox.
No, because Sony actually cares about console sales.
Right.
But they actually care. They actually give a shit.
They said any device. They did not exclude. They did not exclude.
Hey, come on, Post. Hey, wait, hold on. Hey, Post. You ain't got to be disrespectful, Post. Let the people talk.
No, they finna get that same work, fuck nigga.
My whole thing is, when Microsoft comes out with it, it's revolutionary.
Yeah.
Why, nigga?
Yeah, Alex. Why is that? Tell him, Post.
No.
Yeah.
What's revolutionary?
Pardon me.
Why he got?
Pardon me.
No. Revolutionary about what? Wasn't PS Now revolutionary when Sony introduced it?
Hell no, that shit wasn't revolutionary.
Until y'all found out it was shit. Yeah. Now, back to the question.
What that has to do with
PlayStation games gonna be on the Xbox, fuck nigga?
No, it's not.
Now get your ass out of here.
There's not.
Hey, Sony
You
really
really think
console
that?
sales.
Okay, so Xbox games gonna be on PlayStation?
Yep.
Because Phil is a softie. Phil is a softie. He be the dumb nigga that really good.
Not so much Phil, but Satya. He don't give a fuck about Xbox console. He always the whole program.
Well, Sony said they're leading in the cloud gaming revolution, putting console quality games on any device. They did not exclude the Xbox, fuck niggas.
Now here's the thing: when I talk about games on PlayStation, I'm not talking about Game Pass because Sony's not going to allow Game Pass on PlayStation. They're not, because that cuts into third-party sales. I'm talking about direct published games, and I say that shit 100 times. People keep bringing up Game Pass, and I'm like, I'm not talking about Game Pass. I'm talking direct published titles, because you gotta look at it from Satya, and that's the only reason why I'm saying this, because he doesn't give a fuck about Xbox. He only cares about the money, the whole gaming. He almost Thanos the program.
Look,
Phil Spencer convinced him
Game
to
Pass
keep
and
that
Game
Pass.
Stream. I hate what that they put.
Listen,
Game Pass with cloud gaming.
Phil kept that gaming division live because he pitched that idea to Satya. Satya was gonna Thanos that motherfucker. He was gonna snap his fingers and be like, "We done with this shit."
Yep, yeah, my contract.
Convinced him to keep Xbox.
Yeah,
live.
he was.
So
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
so now keep this. Now think about it. Keep this. Pretend you're on Phil's team, right? Right? How are you gonna
hit the like button?
How are you gonna convince Satya? Let's say 5, 6, 7 years to keep your games off the majority of the consoles that are played out in the world, which is Nintendo and Sony. What excuse can you tell him to be like, nah, we're not going to put our games on Nintendo and PlayStation because what do you say to him? Now, keep in mind, this is a dude that was about to snap his fingers and just get rid of Xbox. What can Phil honestly say to this man and say, no, we don't need to put our games on there?
No PlayStation and
think about it. Why not?
Nigga,
why?
Post, why not Post? Huh?
Hold on, because the priority is the mobile market, man. The mobile market.
They could do both.
And for the game, look, when it comes to mobile market, but they taking up half of the gaming revenue.
You're doing a lot of arms and a lot of
they're taking up half the game. Look, the reason why I say that is because I read an article that said the
what you read?
will hit $118 billion. $50 billion of that is mobile by itself.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? It's billions of people on phones and tablets. What the fuck is I worried about a couple 100 million on a PlayStation platform when there's 8 billion people on the Android device?
Listen, most of the game is already being made. All they got to do is port. Unless Microsoft's going to stop making direct published games on Xbox console, and it's all going to be through Game Pass. Is that how it's going to be in the future? Where you can only get your games through Game Pass and XCloud?
You know what? I don't know, but I know
they're still going to make direct digital sales. So all it is a port. We're not talking about building from the ground up. It's a port.
Well,
that's all it is. The code is already there. All they got to do is port it.
XCloud is not only going to be able to do
and that's easy money.
See, XCloud is not only going to be able to do streaming, but it's going to developers going to be able to build games in the cloud too as well.
Yeah, but that's probably.
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. A lot of people are thinking of Game Pass as if the game is built within Game Pass. No, the game has to be developed first, and then it's going to be digital sales, physical sales, Game Pass. It's going to be available in every form. So the game is already there. All they got to do is just port it to whatever platform they wanted to. That's what I'm saying. And like looking at Satya, I don't see that man ignoring the majority of console gamers where Xbox can't reach. They'll take it all. They'll
make their money. Sony putting console quality games on any devices either. Look, I hope that's all.
They did that, but here's the thing: they did that already. They just pulled it away for whatever reason. But you already had PlayStation 4 games on. Z was bragging. That's what I'm saying. I already went through this last year, March. Z bragging, I'm playing God of War on my Samsung QLED $5,000 TV. I'm like, oh shit.
I think this
it's the same thing.
I think this is different because in the aspect you're talking about old games like PS3 and PS2 games.
No,
but if I'm not mistaken, this is. I think Sony is going to pull a dated date with this cloud.
It was PS4 also because that was where I wish we got the podcast up. It was around March where PS Now announced PS4 games, and boy, that shit was like a fucking multiplayer podcast.
Yo, shout out to Chadman 23 with the $2. He said next gen, let me get on the show, and then shout out to AP the shooter with the $4.99. He said I want a closed system in my house, period. Fuck mobile, and if that's what they care about, then they don't care about gaming, in my opinion. Stop condoning that F shit. AP, I never said they didn't care about a closed system. Microsoft already said that they're going to continue to make closed systems for people who prefer that. I'm talking about in terms of this xCloud thing and gaming on any device. Their prime target is mobile. When mobile is doing 50 billion, 118 billion, the game industry is supposed to do in 2018, and mobile makes up 50 billion of that by itself. You think they're gonna sit there, Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft is gonna sit there and let that money sit on the table like that? No, they're gonna find a way to get it. And in terms of how they're going about doing it, it's this cloud thing where they're gonna put their content, their first-party content on any device. And I think in terms of Sony, they're going to do the same thing Microsoft doing.
I don't think they're going to do day and date, though.
I think they're going to do day and date. I think they're going to. They might not announce it now, but I think it's going to be. They're going to have to.
You've been chilling with D lately, Costa?
No, I'm saying they're going to have to if they're going to want to compete with Microsoft, Google, and Amazon.
Google ain't a threat right now. Who the fuck is Google? Google ain't a threat right now, y'all.
I'm just saying. PlayStation exclusives actually sell. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. The only thing I would say is that what makes I got that. The only thing I would say is that Microsoft and Sony is in the driver's seat because they have a fan base, not only, and they have a large library of content already, opposed to a Google or Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So they'll have to catch up. But I would say a company like Tencent that be buying up every fucking thing. They can hop in the fray or jump in at some point too. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But this is
Sony stop fucking around, just direct publish PC, so I could be done with this console shit.
Listen, okay, hold on. Hey, Chad, man, we on Discord if you want to hop in, brother. You know what I mean? If you want to hop in. Look, I'm gonna say this, right? At the end of the day, I think just the industry period this is the way that they're going to go.
It's just the industry move. Whether
we like it or not, like I said, I think a lot of us we look at it as like like I said before, I'm not a big fan of it and the whole streaming thing, but the Project Stream, the shit works. Like I can't say it no more. It made a believer out of a lot of non-believers. I mean, it's like no input lag, nothing. Like the motherfucker run better than your console. You know what I mean? And if Sony is to do it, I said it before. If they were to do it, I look at it like this, right? You look at it's still people are still gonna buy consoles. It is what it is, right? But just say how many Spider-Man sell or God of War sell?
Shit, I don't know.
It was 10 million.
Just say 10 million. Just say 10 million, right? Yeah. How many PS4s out there? 80 million, right? 80 million, 100 million, whatever, right? I don't know what their PSN Live, PS Plus subscriptions is, but such as myself, I will sign up for PlayStation Now. You know what I mean? If here's the thing, Sony with their pricing, that's what fucked up PS Now started. Their pricing was horrible. Yeah, but their pricing was fucked up. If they give a service, how much is Game Pass? $10 a month? Or
but you can get it for $1 right now. But
okay, whatever. If they could do some shit like
you over here promoting shit, damn dog.
Yeah, but right. So you get it for $1 right now. But if Sony was to do something like that,
I'm just saying it's $1 right now. But it's
if Sony was to do something like that,
or you can
for $15 a month.
PS Now, you don't need to subscribe to PSN Plus.
No. I'm just talking about. I was asking how many subscribers do they have. I'm just saying
they don't even mention it.
Okay, but I'm saying if they were to do that, no, just forget PS Now. Yeah,
so that's so PS Now is the equivalent of Game Pass plus Xbox.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but just forget that. I'm just saying if they had this service right and they were to compete because this is a business, they want to compete, and again, software is always king. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. And they both companies, both Microsoft and Sony, well, Nintendo too, they make the bulk of their money off their software, right? If they were to put their exclusives in there, just say day and date, right? One PlayStation now. Just want to say right now for the PlayStation, right? And with the PlayStation, they let you take your library on the go with the cloud, right? I would sign up for the service, $15 a month. Like who the fuck would? I could get Spider-Man day and date. I would still get my collector's edition, like my God of War fan. You know, sometimes we'll still double dip, but that service in itself would grow exponentially. You know what I mean? Sony kind of again, they did come out and they tried it first, but forget what killed that more than anything was the pricing. The pricing, they wanted like $8 for 2 days to play Ben 10 or some shit. You could buy used and GameStop for $2. It was the pricing that shot it at first, but they talking about you doubling down. Because again they did spend $350 on Gaikai or whatever, and they now they hiring other things to make it a premier service. If they would bring their games or check your digital library, this is key. Take all your PS4 titles, and for those that that's not my thing, take it and have access to it, and it works on the go. A lot of motherfuckers will sign up for the service, including myself. You know what I mean? That's and that's more weight than anything.
Like this, when you have a service like that where you can access the games on the go, it's quality content. You can access it on any device. Mm-hmm. As a company, you'll take 100 million users, active users,
quick, active paying
versus 100 million hardware of systems being sold.
Right.
You're generating more.
I see. Let me ask Puerto Rock a question. I see what you're saying, Puerto Rock. You there? P Rock there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let me ask you a question, right? I don't see it hurting Sony sales. I think they're still going to sell consoles, right? They still, Sony's the king of it. They're still going to come out and sell a shitload of consoles. Do you think this service will hurt the sale of the consoles? I don't see it that way, but do you feel that way?
No, I think to be honest, I think Game Pass helps low selling games and not so much the big high selling games. The reason why I said take Spider-Man for example, right? It sold 3 million in 3 days, right? Right? So if you do the math, that's what 3 million 3 days, $60. That's what 180 million. That's 180 million revenue, and that's just on the game sales alone. Not even like what it did for the bundle consoles, whatever. So just straight Spider-Man by itself in 3 days, it generated 180 million, right? Mm-hmm. If you had Game Pass at $10 a month, so that's 100. That's 120 a year. You're gonna need 1.5 million subscribers to generate that same amount of money across the whole entire year. But now here's the difference. Spider-Man made 100 million by itself. Game Pass includes, 200-300 titles? So all those games gets a cut. Spider-Man did more than what Game Pass would do in a whole year. So Spider-Man did more in 3 days than what Game Pass will do a whole year with 1.5 million subscribers.
Are you sure about that?
Think about that.
Well, the numbers,
do the math. Do the math. $10 a month. That's $120 a year. 1.5 subscribers. That's about 180 million a year. That's a whole year across all those titles.
See,
Spider-Man did that in 3 days.
See, that's y'all problem. Y'all trying to.
Let me see that math again. Let me get that math again. Porter Rock. Hey, wait, hold on. Hey, Porter Rock. Let me get that math again. Porter Rock. Let me get that math again. What's going on now? I got a calculator.
Dude, Spider-Man's at $6 a.
Now listen, Porter Rock, you my brother. Now I know you over there in Europe, and you got the almighty pound. It's worth more than American currency. And what we talking about here? Pardon me. What happened?
Listen, like Spider-Man in the first 3 days sold 3 million copies. That's $60 a pop.
$60 a pop.
Yeah, that's
okay.
what, 180 million, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. What's next? Okay.
All right. So 180 million, right?
Yeah.
Spider-Man revenue was in 3 days. That's just 3 days, right?
Yeah, but it's not subtracting what they cost the marketing.
I know that. Yeah, but I'm saying an overall revenue. Overall revenue, 180 million, right? Okay. So now let's look at Game Pass. $10 a month, right? So 10 times 12 is 120 a year, right?
Okay.
120 a year, right? And let's say we multiply that. Let's say more subscribers. How much is that?
No, you're doing it wrong. You gotta do it like this, Porter Rock. If you just say Game Pass got 2 million subscribers, right?
Okay.
Just say 4.
All right, so let's say 2 million. Let's say 2 million.
But let's say Game Pass. I don't know what they got. They said the numbers are high, but just say if they got.
Okay, let's say 2 million.
Say they got. Say $10 a month. 10 times 2 million is what a month? Was that 20 million?
No, you gotta do $10 a month times 12 first. That's 120.
No, I'm just saying. We doing per month, right? We just say $10 per month, right?
Yeah.
No. A times the amount of users they have per month is paying the service every month. Then you do that times 12. That no,
you're just doing it backwards.
No, I'm not. That's just
no. Brother man, gonna come out to the table.
Huh? If you know what I'm saying, I'm just saying if you got 2 million subscribers, right? Let's say 2 million. We low balling in here. Let's say they got 2 million subscribers. 10 times 2 million is 20 million, right? 20 million a month. You got 12 months in a year. You do 20 million times 12.
Yeah, 240 million.
Okay, 240 million.
I told you, it's coming out to the same number.
Oh, okay, all right, we're 240 million.
Because it's multiplication.
Okay,
it doesn't matter where you put the numbers at. Now, think about that. That's 240 million across how many games in Game Pass, and that's for a whole year. Spider-Man by itself did 183 days. Now add God of War itself.
Okay. No, okay. Also, I'm with you. But okay.
God of War and Spider-Man, them 2 games did more than Game Pass.
Okay, but listen. I get that.
Mind every other game.
Okay, listen, I get that, but I'm saying this big as those games are still going to sell regardless. Now, what they made again for people that went out, because there are a lot of PlayStation games that didn't buy it, but they made I would sign up for that service. So you take that 180 million. Now we're going to times it again times another 500 million.
No, the 180 lower. Even I wouldn't have bought Spider-Man as $10 if I could get it for $10 a month.
I got to collect this.
Would you have bought Spider-Man as $10? None of us would have.
I got the collector's edition. I double dip.
But you see what I'm saying? Most people, that defeats the purpose. We're all not like K-Mega, where we have Game Pass, but still buy 14.
But certain games, I'm listening. That didn't make any sense. But certain games, I still would buy. Okay, to be fair, certain games, like God of War, right? I still would have bought God of War.
Residual income, right?
I'm saying, but think what I'm saying. One game, 180 million in 3 days. Game Pass with 2 million subscribers, 240 million the whole year.
But but if I'm a
the math don't add up.
Look, it's about residual. You can do them numbers in there.
Oh shit! Tell them, P-Rock, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. What are you gonna believe?
He's just Spider-Man 3. He's isolating it to Game Pass. I think people get this Game Pass and this S-Class. When I'm speaking in terms of Microsoft services, I'm speaking in terms of the whole services. Game Pass, Xbox Live, all that shit.
The point I'm trying to say is Game Pass.
That's what it is now. It's a service.
I'm saying Game Pass is a great service for all those games. Like Hellblade. Game Pass is a perfect game. Because that shit only sold 250K.
Yeah, it'll give it legs. It's going to give it legs.
Because nobody's going to buy it. So that's perfect. That's what I'm saying. But Spider-Man, that ain't no Game Pass game. That shit still, I'm still waiting for a deal for that game to drop in price.
Yeah.
That shit, Zelda is not a Game Pass type game.
Those are Game Pass games.
Nintendo exclusives are not Game Pass type.
They are.
Them should stay top 10 NPD every month.
Look. Those games are Game Pass games.
Nintendo's not going to be looking to give away
Zelda
for $1.
If I'm so... Go ahead.
The only reason why, no offense, they will be considered Game Pass because it's like Microsoft knows, like, shit, if this game ain't going to sell well, we're going to make it a Game Pass. But let's be honest. If a game they know it's going to sell crazy, they're not going to put it on Game Pass anytime soon. You know they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Microsoft is doing that, though.
Y'all missing the point.
They're just testing the waters right now, bro.
Y'all missing the point. Every first-party title is dropping day and date. Gears of War would sell crazy. Halo would sell crazy. It's not about whether a game sell more or less. Decide if it's a Game Pass game. Microsoft said, hey, we're putting whether a game sells more or not, we putting it all in Game Pass because we want to attract people to our services. And if Sony is smart, and if they're going to go down the same road as Microsoft, you would put a God of War, you would put a Spider-Man into your service to attract your consumer base.
I'll pay the bills real quick. Pay the bills real quick, post.
Let's see here. Shout out to Fam6 with the $5 Holly. Say, what if Sony PS Now service
who got the radio on the back?
They release a PS Vita 2? Sony will make a killer next gen. Will you guys buy
making no goddamn Vita 2? He ain't no making no. Shut your. They make no goddamn hand. Nobody wants no goddamn PlayStation.
They gonna rethink that question plan. Shout out to Gamer Ill with the $10. He say PlayStation doesn't have to compete for subscription, sir. PS owns 52% of streaming revenue. Xbox only gets 15%. I can post a link to the receipts.
Give him the receipt, post.
Game Pass is number one in reality. PS Now is beasting. Of course, because Sony been streaming long before.
Let me say this, right? Let me say this right here, right? And this is, we gotta look at things as a business, right? I'm gonna take my, I'm not gonna avoid my contract here. I'm not gonna scribble. I'm just be honest, right? It's a business.
Be serious, nigga.
No. Listen, let me take a shot. I want my pills. I need my pill though. I need my goddamn pill. Wait, pardon me, right? If Sony's going to invest more money, to be honest, right, and it's a business, and he's not to say that Microsoft or Nintendo is not a competitor. You have another huge competitor, like I said, which is in Google or even Amazon, motherfuckers. Everybody fears Amazon. I think right now they about to surpass Apple. We'll make a long story short. I'm coming in a minute. For the service to really take off, I'm just saying it's kind of fool. If they're going to still double down and invest more. It's only one way for it to really. I'm saying to get
put them God of Wars, them Spider-Mans in the.
If they're going to keep investing money, because if they're going to listen, they can leave as it is right now. They got 50 more, but they're investing more money. And again, even Nintendo, they're streaming now in Japan and whatever the fuck the case may be. Whether I like it or not, I just see as a whole.
You finna die.
I think this is the way the industry is going. You know what I mean? I don't like it.
I will say this. As the game, as technology continues to advance, as it continues, as game development continue to increase in cost, companies gonna need to find additional ways to increase revenue. And this game streaming, putting games on any device, and things like that is another way of residual income. 20 million a month, 20, 30, 40 million a month, depending on how many subscribers. At that rate, you're not worrying about how many hardware you're selling. You're not worried about that. If you get 20, 40, 50, 60 million a month from a subscriber base, who cares?
You guys, listen, but you're ignoring the numbers I'm giving you. God of War 3 days. Listen, God of War 3 days plus Spider-Man 3 days. And I'm only saying 3 days. I'm not even using the 4th day. Beat out Game Pass whole year. I'm just talking 3 brothers. I'm saying 3 days. I'm not saying 3 months of God of War, because then it's going to take 5 years of Game Pass to do what God of War did in 5 months. I'm talking just listen to what I'm telling you. 3 days.
I what you're saying.
3 days. That's it. 3 days is better than entire year of Game Pass. 3 fucking days. You can't put a big blockbuster game that sells 3 million in 3 days on Game Pass. That's ridiculous. That would be retarded.
But the only
that would be
difference is
absolutely
retarded. You did that in 3 days, but you're gonna have to wait for another a Spider-Man 2 to do that again in another 3 days. And the time between, I'm just saying. Okay,
I'm just saying. Listen,
look,
the way
Spider-Man. I'm just saying. You saying Spider-Man did that in 3 days, right?
In 3 days.
So by time it hit its ceiling, and the next Spider-Man come out, which is probably be 3
then you can.
How much revenue you think Game Pass or the service gonna accumulate before the next Spider-Man?
Wait, hold on now, Porter Rock. Wait, hold on now, Porter Rock. Hey, P-Rock, you alright, P-Rock, you alright?
Hold on.
Wait, hold on. Give my man a chance to breathe. Let me get his breath.
While you trying to build that, guess what comes next? The Last of Us 2. Bow out.
Yeah. Let my man catch his breath. He got asthma. Hey, P-Rock, you alright, asthma, Rock?
And they come downstairs. Boom.
I'm just saying. But look, we don't know. And
let me ask you. Name me one Xbox game that's 3 million in 3 days. Xbox One, this gen.
Xbox One, this gen?
None of them. Not even Halo.
No. Well, Halo did that.
Halo did not sell.
That was another generation.
Halo,
that was another generation.
I'm talking this gen.
Yeah, that's why I said that was another generation.
Not one Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, Halo 2 is the only one that did like 2.5, 2.7.
None of them. You see what I'm saying? Wow. Even Gears of War, even War is not selling like it did before on 360.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Microsoft ain't selling the consoles like they did with 360. They're not selling the games like they did with 360. So they're in the best position to leverage Game Pass. Sony is skyrocketing.
That's what I'm saying. You continue to isolate it.
Listen, it would be like you being a prize fighter, you know unboxing, and now you want to change your training regimen. Oh, we're gonna do some new shit. Like what?
I'm not isolating it to Game Pass. And since I don't know how many people in Game Pass, then I can say if Game Pass, as far as the numbers that you're putting on, I know you're making it an example. But I'm not just isolating. I'm talking about Game Pass, DLC, Xbox Live, all these services and things that people invest in from on Microsoft in as a whole, outstrips what a Spider-Man or a God of War or a Last of Us would do.
Sony does everything too, like PS. I know PC now,
but that's why it's smart for them to go this route.
They just put Bloodborne on PC.
Yeah. That's why it's smart for them to go this route, especially if PlayStation is gonna be that brand that keep that company afloat. It's only right that they do this, and if they want to do it big, take the lead charge on this, the God of Wars, the Spider-Mans, the Last of Us 2 will be on whatever new streaming platform they come.
They're already big. They're the biggest. Period.
Pay the bills, post.
Biggest right now. That's what I'm saying. It don't make sense. It makes more sense to launch your biggest exclusives first, digital, whatever, and then like 2 years later, when the residual sales die down and then no one's really buying it, then put it on PS Now for the people that would have never bought the game in the first place. That makes more sense to do it that way. It makes more sense to put it after you get the initial sales and all that. Now what you have left over is the people that were never going to play this game.
State of Decay 2 launched in Game Pass and it's still charted.
What?
He's launching Game Pass and it's still charted.
Yeah, for like 1 month.
People are still buying the games despite them being in Game Pass.
For how long?
I don't know how long.
1 month.
Microsoft did. I don't know how true this is about.
God of War for 4 months.
Look. If I know what Sony is probably going to do is this, right? Unlike Microsoft, I think what's moving forward, Sony will most likely they're going to put God of War on there, but they're going to sell it first because they know games like that is going to sell. Later down the line, they're going to put that shit out there as game for services because it's been a couple of years now. It'll be smart. That's what I think they're going to do to make money.
But the difference is though with Game Pass, you don't own the game. And that's why people, when they do play a game in Game Pass and it's something they like, they go and buy it just in case if they don't want to continue with Game Pass, they own that game because they know if they're not going to pay that subscription and keep Game Pass, all them games that they like to play, they no longer have access to. And that's what make gamers go out and play games in Game Pass, but then turn around and purchase them if they want to play them.
Yeah, but you're talking about
to play them, or if they decide
you're talking about the games that people, you're talking about games like that are in between that people aren't sure of. We're talking about The Last of Us 2. Motherfuckers
y'all motherfuckers don't realize something.
You don't need
Sony
PS
has so many fucking JRPG games they could just throw on that shit. Like, have y'all seen their Japanese like games? Like when I
understand shit like that too. I understand stuff like that too.
Bunch of that shit.
I can understand like the niche titles.
Shout out
to that I get. I can see that too.
Shout out to HP the Shooter with the 199. So post up, you care more about their bread than games. No, you're not listening. Listen to the conversation we're having, bro. We had this conversation months ago when everybody said Microsoft is about to get out of the hardware business and put their software on every device. And now Sony is coming around saying what Porter Rock is just bringing up the making an example in terms of math to, explain his side in terms of how he approaching the situation. But he still get a fucking nail, you know what I'm saying?
How many different services do Sony got?
Look, I want to thank Porter Rock for showing up because J Dub went.
Until I see John Cordero start singing Kumbaya, well, he ain't gonna sing Kumbaya at E3 because they're not even gonna be there. So you know what I'm saying?
I'm just surprised. I always expected them to go to do something in terms of cloud, but I didn't see this coming in terms of them putting their games on any device. And it depends on how they go about doing it. Will those big titles be there day and date, or will you have to wait for them?
That's something we all talked about, though.
I still think it's going to be.
That's something we all talked about.
So would that? Do you think once Microsoft get their stuff going and make it accessible, how much percentage would they cut into that 52% that Sony got a hold on right now? Since Sony, I'm talking about in terms of the streaming platform on the console.
So Sony only has
how much Microsoft is going to eat into that 52%.
I know Sony only has PC right now, so I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. But right now, Sony's revenue, based on that thing, that little chart that came out about a month ago, they only made $140 million in a quarter.
Wow,
that's not a lot.
That's not a lot.
That's not a lot. That's what I'm saying. And that's supposed to be the leader of the pack.
Yeah, and see, that's
more than EA. But that's what I'm saying. Like for margins that small, I can't see them going so hard on something that's so small.
But that's why they gotta go hard, especially if
that doesn't make sense.
It does. If you got competition entering the ring,
it doesn't matter.
Listen,
if you already have something that's super huge, right?
Yeah.
I don't see them messing up the formula. I see them doing whatever they can to make PS Now bigger, but I don't see them at the cost of ruining whatever they're doing that's already big.
That 50%, 52%, is that revenue or is that install base in terms of how many?
I think that's revenue. Revenue between all platforms, which is not a lot.
You're not going to see games like God of War on that shit.
I don't think you're going to see that.
I think it is.
That's his sold $3 billion in 3 days.
If they want to be successful,
Sony has enough other games to throw. Like what?
No, y'all say this all the time. Y'all say this all the time. Sony has enough this. They don't have to do this, and then they turn around and shit like this.
I'm just saying this. You are not convince me that they're gonna put on a service at $10 a month when the game sells 180 million in 3 days. I don't see them being that stupid.
I didn't say.
If I was in a boardroom and I heard that, I would be like, hey,
wait, hold on 1 second.
Sold 3 million in 3 days.
Wait, hold on.
We're not talking out late.
Shout out to G Junior with the $10 holla. He said Microsoft is worth about $800 billion. Hold on, Microsoft made $10 billion in gaming revenue last year. That's only 1.25% of their value.
Damn.
Microsoft concentration will never be in gaming.
And PlayStation and PlayStation made 17 billion during that time period.
Shout out to Ann Castle.
My brother Salim.
He said, post up your mouth not adding up on Game Pass. That's allowed I'm not just talking about Game Pass. I did reiterate that though, but it's all good. Laugh out loud though. If it's Game Pass is for old games and small title companies aren't going to lose money with services not generating enough income for all developers. P-Rock talking facts. I understand that.
I mean, right now, looking at Microsoft, their big sellers is Halo, Gears, Forza, and soon Fable. Everything else is a coin toss.
So you think Halo Infinite is coming straight to Game Pass?
Yeah, I think so.
Every first party game from here on out is coming to Game Pass. That's what I'm saying. And
for
so
them.
They're doing that.
For them. They're doing
when they attach that into xCloud,
you know what?
That if I go get a streaming device and they do that digital attach thing that Brad Sams was talking about, where you can go buy 2 years of Game Pass or 2 years of Xbox Live and bring that streaming device home and have access to every first party exclusive that's out at that point in time, and whatever third party games past and present that's in Game Pass. You think that's not going to be attractive?
Let me check this out. Let me say this right. Oh, you paid this. Let me say this right here. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Now listen. Now Puerto Rico, you make some valid points.
Yes, very valid.
And Post Up, you're making very valid points also. I mean, but here's I think we're still missing the key player, which is Google, which is bringing AAA multiplats day and date. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know, I'm gonna be honest. That's just
Google
that's
can't
the third
compete
wheel.
with Microsoft is so library.
I'm gonna say, I mean, Google. I mean, cool. They have the technology, but at the end of the day,
it works.
I'm saying it could work, but let's say it's
without a $400
That's fine, but why would I move to Google to play Call of Duty?
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you why. Listen,
There you go, Alex. There you go, Alex.
Listen. Why would I move to Google?
I'm about to answer.
When I can play Call of Duty on my PlayStation.
Let me answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question. You know why, Porter? Because I'm gonna use your theories. I'm a motherfucker with champagne taste and beer money, right? You're opposite. You got champagne money but beer taste, right? The fact that I don't have to buy a $1,000 computer or $400 goddamn console, whatever the fuck the kid, and I can just let my bullshit as dog should eat machine, whatever the fuck I got already, and play it with the same graphic fidelity as the next man. But listen, you probably haven't tried it, Puerto Rico. Open my goddamn eyes. Like, this shit fucking works without me spending any goddamn money. I can just buy the games. There's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers that's just gonna go that route. I don't have to buy a console, whatever the fuck, and just go play the games. They can talk that shit, but I can still play, half, like, whatever the fuck. Just give me Anthem, whatever, top notch. Ain't not about goddamn console. A lot of people are gonna do that.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
So let me ask you.
Hold on. The only way I see Google winning.
Why didn't GameFly blow up then? Because GameFly, you could do that right now on your Amazon.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know.
You can play The Witcher 3 right now.
You can't play. No, you can't compare GameFly to what Project.
Listen.
Have you played it?
I haven't played.
Listen. I'm
saying GameFly has right now. They're doing it right now. You can boot up your Fire TV, download the app, and play The Witcher 3 right now.
But how smooth? What's the connection like?
You know what I'm saying?
What's the latency?
You know what's the beauty about that? No one knows because no one cares to know.
I'm gonna say the truth.
That's what I'm talking about. No one's caring to find out in the first place.
Google won't be a competitor. I'm gonna tell you why.
That's the point. What I'm. You can have the most. Hold up. You can have the most perfect streaming place ever, but if no one even cares to even check, then that's the same thing. No one knows what GameFly is because no one even bothered to check because no one cares. No one cares to stream The Witcher 3 on a Fire TV.
This is the stance I take. The lack of library they have versus what Microsoft and Sony has in terms of content. I do agree with Alex that they're going to need a big, either exclusive or a big time game to bring people over to the platform. But I don't rule them out because they have the money.
You made a great point too.
They have the money to go.
I know. Call of Duty will not be on these platforms.
Yeah, they have the money to go pay for it though.
And Activision's not going to
have that money to go pay for it.
No, here's the thing. I think
play that shit.
Listen, you know what?
Activision stingy ass.
No. Listen. Here's the thing.
You're gonna have to buy that shit.
No, listen. Here's the thing. Well, I think you guys are confusing Game Pass with XCloud. XCloud is your library. It's your library, and you have already natively whatever you have bought. So that has nothing to do with Game Pass.
No, I'm talking about Google.
Exactly.
If Google don't got if Google don't got Call of Duty, ain't nobody going that much.
Yeah, but they're gonna have the multiplex. They're gonna have the multiplex.
Google got that bag and money talks.
No,
That's fine, right? But check this though.
Okay.
Check this though. They're gonna be in the same predicament Microsoft. Nobody's really buying Xbox Live because P's over there, nobody care about it. Plus, Google, it's cool, whatever. They're gonna be on phones, whatever.
Google's gonna need exclusive.
Yeah, you gotta have.
Okay.
At the end of the day, you need software to attract me to even look over there.
They're gonna need big killer exclusive. They are not gonna.
And I believe they're gonna buy whatever they like.
Here's the thing.
They're gonna buy whatever they like.
Okay,
That'll buy whatever. They better have something fire.
Let me ask you a question.
If they don't have fire, I don't care about it.
Okay, listen. I'm reading from my turn. Google Play or whatever it's called, Project Stream. It's a free service. You just buy instead of you buying the games from Epic Store.
It's just an app. You just buy an app.
You're buying the game. You're buying the license, and you're buying the game. Actually, you have to download shit. You just put the goddamn thing in your web browser, and it runs.
Well, I still need Xbox Live.
To do what? I'm talking about Google. There's not. You don't have to pay anything. You buy the game from their storefront. Like you buy movies from them. You buy the game from their storefront. Whatever. Activision still gets their money, or whatever the fuck the case may be. It's just that you don't have to buy a fancy, console or anything, and still play the latest goddamn game. That's their.
There has to be more to it.
Listen, but here's the thing. GameFly does like right now. I could download.
I don't know about GameFly. I can't talk to that. I'm just saying
but that's the point I'm trying to make. No one cares to even bother check.
But
no one's really interested in streaming games.
If it was doing something good or something spectacular.
Listen. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know, but we can hold on 1 second. Pay the bills real quick. Post.
Shout out to Got it. The anaconda gonna be more like a damn guard snake without any stellar exclusives.
Oh shit!
You're gonna eat your words. Y'all gonna be very surprised next year. I'm not even gonna.
You'll be surprised. Did y'all say that this generation with the X?
Yo, what's up? Yeah, no shit. We heard that shit before.
Okay.
Right.
All I know is my anaconda don't son. Probably got some fuck shit. Yo, that shit was funny.
They took that shit from what's the nigga, Chris Steele?
Well, so mix a lot.
Yeah, no. Chris Steele's playing that shit. Don't know what you call it. Doing BGST yesterday.
Was he?
Yeah, they stole that shit. Yeah. Man, that kind of what game, son? He was playing that shit doing BGST.
Unless it got games, son, yo. But you know what made it what made it funny wasn't not just so much to tweet, it's to reply. Oh, this is so unprofessional.
Oh, shit.
That shit got me dying, bro. I'm like, yo, these dudes are really hurt over this.
What's up? What's up? You there?
Go with you.
Yeah, we can. You loud and clear. What's going on, brother? Weigh in. We're on the very professional, controversial topic. Weigh in.
Hold on. What's going on, my flat earth brother?
Yeah, another one. I'm dead.
That nigga rocking.
I gotta be out, man. It's 1:20 in the morning.
All right, you got it, bro.
All right, thanks, PR.
I just want to call in to invoke Article 66. You out. You out. Don't come back.
Enjoy your L, brother. Enjoy your
Later, brother.
I love, bro.
Wait, Microsoft got a W? When did this shit happen?
It wasn't about Microsoft getting a W. This stems from months ago when the initial talk when people were saying Microsoft was getting out of the hardware business and putting Xbox games on any platform and things like that. And I told them that this was not just a Microsoft move, but this is an industry move, and that Sony and Nintendo is going to follow as well. And everybody told me no, it was not going to happen, and things like that. I mean, the whole panel and the whole chat was against me, except Labutter. Labutter was saying he was agreeing with me because he's in the tech industry. He already knew.
Niggas is tech enthusiast. What else?
Yeah, but he works in the tech industry and in IT, so he understands that.
That shit don't mean nothing. You can't make games,
my only thing was I told them, I said every other industry outside of gaming is moving to cloud. So the gaming, what makes you think the game industry is not going to go that route? And they told me no. Only Microsoft is doing this because they're losing and they don't have any exclusives.
Listen, Pozo, I know
and Microsoft and Sony
McDonald's, my
is
nigga,
looking to do the same thing that Microsoft doing. So it's that's all. Microsoft can get done. I got the W because I was right.
You didn't get no W. You still taking
L's. I got the W because I was right.
So what Sony is doing, would it affect they sell numbers or would it affect the?
I don't think it's gonna affect they sell number because even if you look at like I was saying with Game Pass game, State of Decay, Sea of Thieves still charted despite them being in Game Pass. I think people wanting to own their software or their content will always outweigh a subscription service. So people will be subscribed to Game Pass and they'll be able to play games in there, but whatever games they like, they will come out to buy just in case they don't want to stay with the subscription service no more. They know when they end it that the games that they enjoy, they own.
But that's what I was just saying. Like you literally saying what I told you that. Sony has way more games.
My nigga Manhattan.
That's what I was trying to tell you, bro. Sony has a whole bunch of games that they got.
That's why I say it'd be smart for Sony to put those God of Wars and Spider-Man because they're killing revenue wise, man.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you.
You talk about revenue. Talk about beating games.
Look. What
I'm
trying to say this shit is that Sony's library, they don't even got to put God of War. Like they can have people bottle shit and later on throw that shit on there, and people will still go out and play that shit, right? But Sony has a big ass library. All these JRPG games they got, like if they start throwing that shit on there, I'm pretty sure this shit is gonna be booming. Like,
yeah, it's gonna boom.
Like they have a whole bunch of libraries. Like, but games like God of War, right? I mean, games like that. Honestly, I wouldn't put that shit on there on day one. I'm not gonna do that. People are gonna buy that shit, right? And then later on, 2-3 years, then you can put that shit on there, and people still gonna like get on. They're gonna get PlayStation or whatever the fuck it is
it like
to
this.
play God of War again.
They're gonna do it the same way, like how they do movies. That's what I'm saying. You're not gonna put a brand new movie on a damn DVD. You're gonna put it in the DVD, make as much money as you can possibly make, and then you throw it on that service.
I don't know. It depends. It depends on how well the.
For example, right now, let's be honest, right? A lot of Xbox niggas was fucking hating on God of War. They didn't want to buy it, right? But they got PS4. But they got PS4 right now. The moment Sony was to put that shit on there, you're gonna hear a lot of them saying, "Oh, word, what $10 a month? I'm gonna definitely get that subscription so I can play Spider-Man and God of War." But that's what I'm saying. But you shouldn't put games like that in day one because they're gonna sell. Like they're gonna sell. No,
but see, I understand. Look, I have Game Pass, right?
Yeah,
and and I'm realizing how dope it is because I never really paid attention to it until a few games started. Ashen came out. It was there day and day. I downloaded. Below just came out. I downloaded. Crackdown 3 is already downloaded. Next year when Gears 5 is already going to be preloaded. That shit is fucking dope. You know what I'm saying?
No, it is.
I'm starting to instantly have access to those first party games, knowing that I don't have to go out and spend that $60 if I don't want to. As long as I keep paying that $10 a month, or if I pay the $60 for the 6 months, or get up with Z and get the hook up on the 2 years, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I know I have access to all their first party content day and date. That is amazing to me. Now, Sony might do it different in terms of making people wait, but I think it'll benefit them more to do the same thing how Microsoft is doing it. You know what I'm saying? People still gonna buy it anyway because they itch to own something, to have that's theirs. You know what I'm saying?
But you just said that though. Like, if you look at it hindsight, right? Games like that, like people, I would want to own God of War. Like, that's not something like honestly, like games. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Sony is gonna want to put games like God of War on their day one because they know people want to own shit like that just in case. They don't subscribe anymore. They weren't able to keep those games.
But guess what? If I got PS Now and I God of War's on there, I have access to play it. As long as I'm in that subscription. And so I can play it until I'm able to purchase it. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, if I'm a gamer and I don't have it like that, and I can't keep up with every game that come out, that PS Now or that Game Pass allow me access to that content until I'm able to purchase it.
Let's go back to the facts here, all right? We're going to take it from here, right? Now, they got here, hold up. Maybe it's all about the facts, right? They're spending, but it says job posting gives a glimpse of Sony's plan to put PlayStation Now games on any device. Now that they had that on Blu-ray players and TVs. I don't know if you can do it on phones or not, but whatever, on PCs, right? But so the recent job posting, Greenhouse says that Sony Interactive's cloud engineering team is working towards putting console quality games on any device. PlayStation Now currently, but here's the thing I said before: for this service to be attractive to me, I'm not interested in those old PS3 titles or whatever the case may be.
That's what I'm saying.
If they were again to put, I'm just saying, they released a lot of goddamn games, Yakuzas and this, that, and the other, all that shit day and date for like a affordable price, $15 a month. That service will, especially, and it works. The same again, if it works. I don't really want to let you download the shit. Probably let you. They are going to let you download to your console, but I want to go. Or maybe probably PC is probably still streaming. But if it works, to say just as good as Project Stream, goddamn, they cook it with some grease. All I can say, And again, I know the big issue with PlayStation Now at the start, it didn't really work that well in the pricing. Their pricing, it was $8 to rent an old ass PS2 game for like 2 days. Like the shit was just crazy. One flat out fee. And it works, Then again, if they're doubling down on this and investing more money into this, that means that I'm just saying, they want to see back on their. I know they are leading the industry, but I'm telling you, it's scary. If you guys ever tried Project Stream, I think it was 25 up, 25 down. Yeah. I'm a fan. I'm old school. I prefer consoles with PC. I don't give a fuck how powerful my PCs. I just like to sit and play. But the fact that I'm playing something again and is running just as good, if not better, than my console counterpart. That's kind of scary. And I don't want consoles to go anywhere. I always wanted to be an Xbox or PlayStation, and I know they keep predicting like this is to get last year for consoles, and maybe just have an app to put on your TV, play controller. I don't, I'm not interested in that. I don't want, I'm not knocking those that may use it or whatever the case, but I'm a little old school. Strictly mixing potatoes. But and again, if Sony's gonna still invest more money. And to me, it's a no-brainer, because, like you said before, you get Spider-Man every 3 to 4 years, right? So if they had Spider-Man in it from day one, right, look at it, and they could be making that money for 3 to 4 years still to have that game to, report rights that made 180 million in 2 days or whatever the fuck, so it would take you another, long to put out another one. And again, you look what Nintendo's doing in Japan. I don't know, man.
And I want to say this too, because
what the fuck's going on?
Oh shit! Look at this cop killer.
Oh shit! I want to say
look at this cop
because somebody in the chat keeps bringing up. Look at the console. Look, these companies are no longer worried about hardware sales. The money is software and services. That's where they're making the bulk of their money. They're actually losing on hardware. They're not really recouping the R&D that they spent on these devices like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? The money where they're recouping a lot of the money from these hardware is on the software and service side. Sony know it can sell hardware. And I'm not worried about that. And that's the same thing with Microsoft as well. And Sony said a while back, I don't know why Microsoft get a flack for this.
But you love Microsoft.
Sony said a while back that they was moving to software and services too. The same thing y'all give Microsoft flack for. It was in the headlines.
Yo, I noticed how
nobody gave Sony flack for
service, not services. A service. Get it right now.
Software and services. Services.
No, he said services. But post up, what the fuck's going on? You gotta tell me, and I don't know what the hell's going on.
Just handing out these L's. It seems that for months now, PlayStation been kicking Xbox fans back in because they said Microsoft was getting out the hardware business, that their games is going to be on PlayStation Switch now because they're going to be on any device.
Even though they have 4 new iterations coming out.
We have a job description now where Sony said they are leading the cloud gaming revolution and putting the console quality games on any device, and these fuck niggas won't give you.
Hold it! No! Fuck all that.
These fuck niggas won't tell me. Hold on. Yo,
to speak yet.
Yo, these fuck niggas won't tell me if PlayStation games gonna be on Xbox now.
Does Puerto Rico have a video out yet? What's going on?
Let me talk, bro. Goddamn.
Out there like PlayStation gamers gonna be able to play Xbox games.
Dude.
Our Xbox gamers gonna play PlayStation games.
I get one stop. I get one stop. Go.
Same energy.
Look, bro. Shut the. Hey, yo. I'm gonna keep it real, dog. When you're the winner, when you're on the winning side, you can talk like that. Now, what we got right now is a whole bunch of salty ass losers trying to find things to say bad about Sony.
I don't know if I sound salty.
Let me talk, man. God damn. These are facts that I'm speaking. You're talking from a perspective of a side of a loser, flat out. And that's why you're salty. What Sony is doing when they say we are leading, those are facts because they are. They are the leaders in the gaming market, man.
I ain't
they
gonna
can
lie.
talk like that. You're not going to hear.
That might sound worse than Barron's, bro.
Hold on,
let me turn my mic down.
What are they losing? What are they losing in?
What you mean? Are they losing? Poster for real, my nigga?
Oh, wait. Let me say it for him.
They're still. If I'm generating 10. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, they're losing in sale numbers, right? They're losing in game genres. They're losing when it comes to library. They're losing in multiple areas. They're not just losing in one spot, man. They're losing in dude. The Nintendo is beating they back out. Nigga, y'all are worrying about the wrong people right now, nigga. Why y'all are competing with Nintendo?
Yeah.
Y'all are wasting all y'all time talking about Sony when Nintendo is y'all runner up. So how the hell you gonna skip over Nintendo and talk about them motherfuckers that's at the number one spot when you dealing with fucking Nintendo? Nintendo's beating y'all ass.
One stop. We already took that. One stop. We already took the L. All right, we've accepted the L many times. Xbox took a whole L this whole generation. We're not going to deny it.
And Microsoft sitting in there with
shit's rough.
Y'all fuck niggas don't even.
Shit's rough.
Y'all don't even get it, bro. Look,
we need to get Microsoft to get on board to what gamers want from them. And if we keep on skipping the facts, we'll never get them to change and start working for us instead of us just work. We basically work for them now. Dude, see if these drop, we should have gave them a backlash so they can up their game. Y'all actually went out.
We didn't do that.
Dude, niggas are clapping at the fucking showing at DLC. Come on, fam. Come on, dude. That's not the way.
So those 100 people represent all the Xbox fan base.
Yeah, all the people that make YouTube videos did the same thing, and all the people that follow them in the comment section are talking. I can't wait to play it. So see, this is.
I mean, you can look at this comment section. You can look at this channel. You can look at my channel. No, a lot of people were speaking against Sea of Thieves, Sea of Dog Shit, Diabetic Gaming. A lot of people weren't for that game.
Yo, like who?
Like I wasn't. Next Gen wasn't. There's plenty of other people who weren't for it.
I know I was against it, but you can name a few people, but we got to be realistic here.
Feel her personally about how, I would say this. Feel her personally about how certain people feel about Sea of Thieves in State of Decay. I can say that. I can say that. He've heard personally.
More Phil just coming out your mouth. Post up,
huh?
You still talking about
Phil? Out how great the game was, even when we told him the truth about the game. Now, what kind of face?
Because you're a boss over a game company. You're not gonna shit on your workers in public. You're not gonna down your company in public. That's something that he's not gonna do.
And guess what? We've been in a whole generation of dog shit.
And let me get this all where you can say people. This excuse. Well, you can say that if you give a fuck about Sony lead or not, that wasn't even the purpose. The point of this is that everybody, all these Sony fuckboys that be on this panel, said that Sony was going to continue to be successful by following the traditional model, and that they don't need to do what Microsoft doing because Microsoft is only doing it because they didn't have no games and stuff. That was the only reason and what this argument was about. And the point I was trying to make is that in terms of what the industry was heading, that Sony was going to head down the same road that Microsoft is. And now that they're doing it, motherfuckers want to come out here with these excuses. Now, the same energy y'all had when Microsoft announced that shit, I I need that same energy now. Is PlayStation games gonna be on Xbox?
That's what I'm asking.
They're not. Wait.
Are Xbox games gonna be on PlayStation?
Dude, I need evidence of this. So Last of Us 2 is gonna be on what? What are you saying?
All I'm saying is that this. I'm saying you run around. You run around. You run around, so you don't know. When Microsoft bring out this games on any device that Phil been talking about, the notion around the gaming community is that all Xbox games is going to PlayStation and Switch. They're gonna be on there and PlayStation Game Pass. They even said Game Pass was gonna come to PlayStation and Switch. And so now that Sony announcing that they're doing the same, they're telling me that it's not going to happen when games come into Xbox. But yet when it was just Microsoft out here, all the whole Xbox library was going to
because your man Phil be on stage playing. That's why.
Listen, Xbox, any service that directly to Xbox is not coming to place.
Thank you.
That's retarded. And vice versa. What they're going to do is they're going to bring services that tie directly on other like platforms, but not directly to the company. No, that's retarded.
What tell these people to pay?
He said that's retarded.
Tell people to pay. Include Alex with your retarded ass.
He said that's retarded.
Check your DM real quick.
He said that's retarded.
I need you to explain that article to me.
Huh?
Check your DM. I'm gonna need you to explain that article to me.
Which article?
Oh shit!
I sent it to you.
See this nigga Neef, man.
Nigga Neef a cop. Yeah, nigga cop.
This nigga's a low key.
Hey yo, Sony to shift focus from hard. Oh my god. Oh
this
shit.
came out in May of this fucking year.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Can I see my contract? I need to see my contract. Hold up.
Hey,
wait, hold on.
Hey, one second. You need to explain this shit to me.
Wait, hold on.
I need to see that.
I'm about to put it on the screen.
Put it on the screen, Z.
Wait, hold on, wait.
I need you to explain this one.
Hey, wait, hold on. Let me give you a bottle of water. God damn it! Wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, hit the like button, people.
Wait, hold on.
Hit the like button, people. It's about to.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Hey, Pope, wait, hold on. Before you read this article, let me get my medicine. Hold up, God damn it. Wait, hold on. I need to see my goddamn contract, man. Hold on, man. J-Dubs ain't showed up yet with the contract.
You have a clause. You only got 2 more years to go.
Wait, hold on, man. This motherfucker here. Hold on. We talking about goddamn. It's shipping so. Oh my.
And this article proves what I just said. It's not about hardware sales no more. It's not about hardware sales no more. Because they know the revenue that they're getting is from software and services like PSN and PS. That's where the money is.
Wait, no. I want you to read that quote. It says something about peanuts, hardware and peanuts.
Start from the top.
The headline is Sony shift focus from hardware to gaming and entertainment. All right. So let me see here. Okay, let me see.
Just read the first paragraph.
Which paragraph you talking about?
Just read the first paragraph.
You got it. Go ahead.
Go get to it.
Go ahead, Nethus. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. You can read it.
Yeah,
read it. I don't know which paragraph.
Just read the first one. Okay.
Just read the article in front of you.
Okay. Kenichiro Yoshida, who took over as chief executive officer in April, is set to unveil a 3-year plan on Tuesday that embraces Sony's growing reliance on income from gaming subscriptions and entertainment. The transition is already happening, even though the company sold fewer hardware products such as television, digital cameras, smartphones, and PlayStation consoles in the year through March. It was able to post record operating profit, meaning that the money wasn't coming from the hardware, as people like to scream 80 and 100 million. It was coming from the subscriptions through PSN and PS Now. That's where the money was being generated from, and that's why. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where.
That's nothing new. It always been that way, and if you're a real gamer, you should have already knew that.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. Yoshida's.
Yeah. Read that.
Yoshida is clearly sending a signal that recurring revenue, residual income from the content business, software services, and subscription segments are important. And so earlier, Microsoft made this same transition and got flack for it. Sony came out and said this, and
Yoshida said this.
Yeah, and we don't even care about it. You know what I'm saying?
You know why nobody care about it? You know what? I'm gonna explain.
think Microsoft got.
And I'm gonna tell you why nobody care about it, because you don't see Yoshida making a world tour speaking about their services and whatever the hell in the future. That's Phil. Phil be doing that, right? Am I right or wrong? Wasn't Phil on stage not so long ago talking about this? How they want to have it on every platform and all this other bullshit. Yoshida ain't doing it.
I think the reason why.
So if Yoshida does do that, what are you gonna say?
I'm
gonna tell you what I've been telling you. This shit ain't gonna happen.
Hold on,
it ain't happening, Chief.
Hold on, let me read one question. I'll let you go one stop on that. He said other questions from investors include how aggressively Yoshida plans to spend Sony's growing cash pile to acquire more content, whether a merger of movies and music under a single entertainment unit is in the cards, and in gaming, look, it says, and if game streaming will be central to PlayStation 5.
Nigga said Post got a clotted foot.
Oh, shit.
Up, man?
They said, damn, they talking about Sony's done playing with peanuts on the hardware side. They're sniffing the software services.
Exactly.
Okay. I mean, that's for the future. I mean, we all know that's they talking about.
But one stop. The thing is that one stop, you wasn't around. I said this months ago. And I got flack for it. They told me I was wrong.
You can stick to the traditional model; it'll always work. Don't fuck
Sony
with
don't need to do this. Microsoft only need to do that because they lose and they don't got no exclusives. It was a whole lot of shit, and I was and the only point I was making is that look, every other industry outside of gaming has already made that move. Music.
I got some more numbers.
They've already made that move. I said it's only right for the game industry to do it, but they told me no. Levado was there.
Pose. I already told you this, and I'm gonna say it again. Motherfuckers who don't know shit about tech, this is just me. Don't be offended. If you're not in tech business or any of that shit,
no butter, Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Oh, I knew this shit was gonna happen. Like my company been doing that, right? We already shutting down service. We going all cloud based. Everybody's gonna do that shit, but they not gonna. They don't see it that way, right? It's gonna happen in front of them. That's when they're gonna fucking accept it. So ain't no point in you keep fucking arguing with these dudes. Basically, it's pointless.
No, I want to argue with him. This just proves I was right. This just proves I was right.
Wait, hold on.
You're right because signed Canelo Alvarez to a $365 million for a cloud.
Yeah, for the dad. Yeah.
They even boxing is going to like streaming and shit.
Everything. That's the whole point. Like that's the future of. Everything is going to be cloud based. Like
they told me. And look how many consoles Sony is selling in this.
All right, I got some more numbers here.
It was a whole lot of shit, man.
We can probably put the baby to bed with this one. It says the pros. Those presentations will most likely stress the Sony's content business profits from the video game unit are up, even amid a 20% drop in PS4 hardware sales, thanks to recurring revenue from PlayStation Online Network. Paying subscribers for the service have jumped 64% over the last 2 years to 34.2 million. Let me say this, right? And we switch to, I'm going to talk about one other thing we get the hell up out of here. Like I said before, going back to what we talked about, I think in the future, somebody shit loud as hell. Who the hell is that?
Well, it should sound like
who?
Showstopper.
Oh, a show.
He in the back.
We're not getting topics now. We're going to be on this one.
Yeah, so get him out of here.
I'm turning down low.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I'm about to turn you down. Your background loud. I'll turn you down a little bit.
Showstopper, you torturing the pony back there somewhere?
Yeah, like you
this nigga over here, man.
You there, show?
Deer hunting.
So listen. All right. Well, you there, show?
Hold on, man. I can barely hear y'all. I'm trying to.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, I don't even want to hear. Say go tune into the show.
And that's why I rock with One Stop, because One Stop have his ideas in terms of Sony in Xbox, but if it's facts, it's fact. Like I was trying to tell him, Game Pass ain't gonna be on no PlayStation. Hey, bro, they was advocating that shit hard, bro.
Hey, post up. Can you pay the bills?
Okay, hold on. Where is that?
Predator.
Okay, let me see here.
H2O.
Shout out to Predator with the fat out. Holly say, you fuck niggas been using the wrong metric. Sales when you should be using money. By the way, what does Sony cloud infrastructure look like versus Google, Amazon, and Microsoft? That's a good question, Predator. That is a good question in terms of all those three companies, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. They have data systems, data centers. I think Microsoft got like 52 or 55 of them bitches worldwide. I don't think Sony have that infrastructure, and they're gonna have to either go through either Amazon or Google or some other companies to kind of to keep up with the
getting that Apple money. Remember?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, let me turn you down a little bit. Let me turn you down a little bit.
Yeah, turn me down, man.
Yeah, I'm turning you down. Let me turn you down. So you loud as hell. Let me turn you down a little bit.
Am I dang? Wow.
Yeah, hold on.
You loud.
Oh, well, I'm in my car. That's probably why I'm loud, man.
No, I saw you talking from an Insignia headset.
I got y'all Bluetooth into my car, so I'm just you hear everything is in my car.
Oh, we gotta be a little more professional than that. Get some headphones in, man.
Hey, go to the part where
I ain't got no headphones. I'm on my way home.
all right, so
I'm turning this dude down.
All right, well, yeah, I turned you down on my end. All right, here you go. Yeah.
Y'all know why Google actually joined this shit though? Like, y'all know why Google actually did it? Because they could have done it a long time ago. Like,
they did do it. They had.
No. Why they doing it now? Like, why they?
You still loud in the
But yo, just talk a little soft. We got you though. Just talk a little soft.
Google got an upper hand.
The reason why they did it because of the whole cloud thing. They didn't want to fucking pay for like.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay for a bunch of hardware.
They didn't want to do hardware. Like, I found this out like just recently. Google could have done it years ago, but they just didn't feel like doing the whole hardware shit. But now the whole
hardware is a big
Google got the edge in terms of the pipeline in terms of the internet access they have access to, because they pretty much control that shit. So that's where their strong suit is going to be. But like I said, they do have the money, and people said, and I do agree with Alex, said they're going to need an exclusive or a big time game over there. But they do have the money for whatever they lack to come in and bash it up. And I think that's one of the reasons why Microsoft is going crazy, banning a lot of these studios, because they know at some point Amazon and Google is going to cut either Amazon, Google, or even Tencent, that Japanese or that Korea company, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Are going to come through and bash shit up.
Hey, show. Hey, show. All right, we can hear you say. You said you gonna say. Say what you gonna say.
Say what you gotta say.
Hello. Oh, damn! You can't hear. You can't hear.
Bro, everybody, you good?
All right, hey,
just get a headphone next time.
Okay, all right. Say what you gotta say.
What did you say?
I was saying, say what you wanted to say.
Well, my bad, big dog. This is what I wanted to say. My whole point, what I was trying to make earlier, was that these clickers, ponies, these pony fans.
Oh my god! Yo, I think it was better off you just.
Hey, hold on. Let me bust my gun, then you can come back, bro. Pump your brakes a little bit. Hey, what they were sitting here saying, this was doom and gloom for Microsoft. This was a bad thing for Microsoft.
Yo, everybody in the chat saying shit too loud, bro.
See what I'm talking about? That's why I can't.
They say they can't hear you. No, I know you're trying to get a point across, but everybody in the chat is saying they can't hear you. You're too loud.
Too loud, too low.
He's too loud. He's too loud.
I turned me down, though. Hold on. Can y'all hear me
Nah,
now?
but you still sound the same, though. You better just take it off the Bluetooth from the phone directly.
Yeah, let me take that off, then.
Yeah. That's what it is. The Bluetooth back act one.
Loud as hell.
Oh, God damn.
That's cool. We can hear you. Say something, Sean. We probably hear him better now, though.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Much better.
Oh, better.
Much better. Yeah.
They say, what the fuck this nigga talking through, Skynet?
Yeah, I had it on a Bluetooth in my car. But my point was that I was trying to make was, this was doom and gloom for Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? This was all the exclusives coming to the PS4 and the Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? We had to hear all that trash. You know what I'm saying? So the key word that y'all was listening to, the key word that y'all kept riding was any device. So my question to y'all is, does this mean the same thing for Sony?
Nah, They said no.
Well, why not?
They said no, but when it was any on Microsoft, y'all said it was fair game.
Right?
My stance was that when they said about any device, my stance was always PC, tablet, mobile, TV, smart TVs. That was my stance. My stance was never PlayStation and Switch. Yeah, my stance was never PlayStation and Switch. But the panel fought me on that. And Barrett, Porter Rock, you know, I gave Porter Rock his L. He was on.
Yeah, Porter Rock did a 30-minute L. He did a 30-minute L video talking about how this was coming to, and how this was coming to PlayStation, Xbox games.
We want that same energy. We want that same
energy. That's all I ask for. Listen, we all know the heaviest letter in the alphabet is L. You know what I'm saying? It got some weight to it. It's heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all been taking all generation.
Understandable. But we ain't talking about this generation. We talking about right now.
That is right now. Stupid.
Y'all gotta take that right now. Take that right now. We talking about this topic. We ain't talking about a generation. We ain't talking about none of that trash. Right now. This topic right here, right now. Take the L. That's all we saying.
I don't want to hear it.
Listen, I already well versed on the misdirect. Y'all ain't misdirecting this L. Take it and receive it. That's all I'm asking.
Ain't no misdirecting something. Check it out.
This all I'm saying is. Look, all I'm saying was that. Look, I said everybody was going to do this. Microsoft is just pretty much the first one.
Nah, I ain't dropping no milligram.
Flat, my nigga. Like,
I know.
No, Post always said PlayStation Now was going to evolve. You're going to see them make a stance against it.
And they specifically said that since the traditional model is working, they specifically said it's the traditional.
I know Baron was saying was that
Porter Rock was saying the same shit.
Porter Rock was saying the same thing.
Yeah, Porter Rock did a 30-minute fleece, bro.
That they didn't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? That they didn't have to do it. That the traditional model was working for them, and the only reason why Microsoft was doing it because it was losing, and that they didn't have no exclusives.
They say you Xbox niggas is dying for a W.
But
no, we got one right now. There ain't no dying for it. We receiving it. Ain't no dying for it. You know what I'm saying? It's here. I'm slam dunking this pup, bro. It's going down.
But in the words of
hey, listen, the misdirect ain't working today, bro. We ain't trying to hear none of that trash. Let's go.
Whatever you want. When y'all start getting exclusives that people care about, then y'all can holler at me, Chief.
Hey, listen. That was our conversation the first 3 years of this generation. Y'all bit our style. You see what I'm saying? Now that y'all are victim of the pushbacks, you know what I'm saying? Y'all pushback babies. Y'all got some games now. You know what I'm saying? Stop this trash, bro. Y'all ain't had jack. Listen, the whole sports era was birthed out of you ponies. You know what I'm saying? The Sony came out and said it. You cannot receive an L bigger than. You cannot receive an L bigger than your exec coming out saying it's sparse.
Explain to me how you supposed to get better, get in deeper in your generation. Y'all got worse.
Listen, only thing y'all was victims of is a pushback, bro. That's all it was. The delay,
bro.
The delay station 4. The delay station 4 is what took place.
And guess what?
So y'all receiving it now. Now y'all bragging like y'all had something. It's all good. Listen, a few one and dones. You're good. Enjoy that trash. I enjoyed it too.
This nigga sound like Crapgamer's left testicle, my nigga. This nigga's crazy, bro.
Hey, you sound like your sheet up with that man. Let me stop. Go ahead. I was gonna say something fly. But anywho, go ahead, man. I hear you, bro. Bust your gun.
Already bust my shit. I'll tell you what it is. All
right,
bro.
Go ahead, man.
Y'all niggas started off and fucked up the whole generation. Y'all happy about that? Come on, bro.
No,
yo, guess what?
How we messed up?
How's
it messed up? Tell me how it's messed up.
How's it messed up?
Bro, yeah, tell me. I need to hear this trash.
What are y'all playing right now, bro?
Phil won the People of the Year, so they happy with that shit.
What are they playing right now? That's what I'm asking.
We just had Forza.
Now listen.
No.
Come on,
we
bro.
just had ain't no listen. We just had Forza. That just dropped this triple.
Here we go.
Right?
Halo, Gears, and Forza. You ain't got no new IP.
But listen, if you know it comes every year, it's there. Just like MLB The Show come every year. And y'all hype that trash.
I don't play that shit. When you ever heard me
Stop
hype
this trash, bro. A lot of y'all hype that trash. It comes every year. Like clockwork.
Who hypes it?
Stop it.
He looking for the W. Just take that L.
No.
Worry
It is
about
what
the
it is.
road. Worry about you should drive. You should drive.
Listen, y'all got yearly stuff too. So stop this trash. It's still AAA.
All right, we have yearly, and we had new shit on top of it. What new IP?
No. Go ahead. I can barely hear y'all, but go ahead.
That's all right. Listen, just put your window. Let the tears dry off. You know what I'm saying? You'll be all right, man.
No.
They said the MPD just dropped. We already know what's true.
Yeah, read that out so you can hear another M.
Let me bring it up, man. Yeah, I know Microsoft got their ass kicked, man. Let me see here. What's it? November?
No, they all did over 1.3 million. So.
Oh, give me the link. No,
I mean, obviously they're in third place. I'm not gonna deny that.
Yeah.
Give me the article. Give me the link.
About that shit.
Say it loud, so this fuck nigga hear it. So he can know definition.
Let's see what you got. Where y'all going to? Some numbers?
The same numbers y'all was about
hey,
360 generation.
I don't brag about numbers. Never did, but let's go.
Never did?
Let's hear these
numbers. So you telling me you wasn't 360 was out? Come on, bro.
The
What's
PS4 led the month in units sold.
Hey, show me a video I did about some numbers. Please do.
Hey, give me the link too, though. No, give me the link too.
I'll wait. Trust me, I'll wait. I never did a video about numbers.
So I don't know.
Now, in a podcast, they talk it up as a discussion. That's a different thing. I ain't even say anything in that. I was quiet in that trash.
Here this L. Go ahead. Neve.
Let's go.
I'm just looking at the map tweet, but basically, quick take hits that the MPD, the PS4 led the month in units sold, but it did face some out of the out of stock, especially during Black Friday. Oh, okay, so like the PS4 went out of stock because it was selling so much during like Black Friday and shit. The Switch did great, big growth in units and dollars. The Xbox One sales levels were also strong, helping by the promotional efforts. All three did very well, and that's what he says. But they all three sold over 1.3 million each.
Where you see that? Where you see that at?
I'm looking
all
at
three sold over 1.3 million each.
Yeah.
How's that L?
How's that L?
Yeah, how's it? It sold a million units.
Y'all have more stock than Sony. Sony didn't have stock to keep up with it. You heard?
Man, stop this trash.
Come on, bro.
It still sold the same thing. It's 1.3 million units.
Let me explain to you.
How's that L?
Listen,
hey, Alex, somebody get this boy Alex some help. He just don't sound the same without Kratos.
You know what I'm saying? I understand. I'm trying to figure out. They sold a million units. What has that L?
Hey, wasn't the call all day or something? Alex, fight back, Alex, fight back.
Shut up, nigga. Listen, before last month,
y'all gonna let me talk? Hey, he was bragging a minute ago, like, yeah, let's read these numbers. He about to take this L. It's a million units.
And I'm gonna explain to you. And I'm gonna explain to you why they didn't sell more. Like he explained to you, it was sold out, right? It was sold out, right?
It was sold out during Black Friday.
Right. Okay,
but wasn't these consoles being sold out before Black Friday? Wasn't it hard to find a PlayStation before that?
Let me tell you something. They all sent out about the same amount of units.
That's all facts, though.
They all shipped about the same amount of units.
Listen, wasn't the PlayStation sold out before that? There was no PlayStation to be found anywhere. GameStop, this shit sold out everywhere. So they only pumped out just
so because they sold out first, you claiming that as a victory.
I'm telling you, no. Before that Black Friday shit even came about, there was no units on the store shelves. Sony was waiting for Black Friday. If they would have had their shelves packed in from before that, they would have sold more. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So,
well,
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I look at it like this.
I don't know what else you're talking about.
I look at it like this. Sony and Microsoft see the victory is in software and services and not hardware no more. Because really Sony just said we're not worried about peanuts and hardware.
It's never been hardware.
It's never been hardware.
Y'all bragging about units sold and how much profit is they making off that trash?
All right, so now answer the question. So if it's not about hardware, why y'all was dick riding the Xbox One X? Y'all could have still with the S. If y'all was dick riding,
listen. We got on the Xbox One X because of the power and the capabilities of it.
What you just said,
not so much the selling of the console. It's a stronger unit. So who wouldn't want to be on that?
But you just said hardware does, bro.
No. You missed what I'm saying. It's software where they make their money. They don't make their money on these consoles.
They don't got software.
How did they make? Listen, how did they make 10? What did they make $10 billion off of?
Look at it this. Look at that. I look at it like this. If you look at the R&D in terms of what they spent on designing a controller, the $3 billion that Microsoft spent with AMD, and all that stuff adds up. Do you think that they're able to recuperate those billions of dollars just off hardware sales? No. And the same goes for Sony, because Sony probably spent either a couple, 3 or 4, $500 million or $1 billion with AMD as well in terms of their SoC. They are not recouping that money back through hardware sales. And they saying they can do it faster through software and services. And that's why they said in that statement in the article that read, we're no longer dealing with the peanuts in hardware sales, meaning that they wasn't recouping. They was either losing money or that shit was flattened out. They wasn't recouping. You know what I'm saying?
All right, cool. So check it. So if hardware doesn't care about software, why is there rumors that Microsoft supposedly come out with 4 consoles next generation?
It's not 4 consoles. See,
that's what people were saying. I'm just going based on.
No, it's only 2. Look, and then the other ones is something.
It's
like
a
cheaper,
cloud.
I guess, whatever it is.
Yeah, they got a cloud. It's going to be a diskless box. It's going to be a cloud-based box that they've been talking about. And I think it's going to be 2 iterations of Scarlett. It's going to be a lower-end model, which is going to probably be $399 or less. And it's going to be a high-end model that probably be around $499 or more. And for what Brad Sam said, and what Colbert stated, he said Microsoft would have models for everyone in terms of price. Of price, towards it being affordable for everyone. So I don't know. They might do the 3 model like they did with the 360.
But y'all just said it's all about the software. Now y'all niggas.
I don't know.
No. This hardware
listen. The thing is, let me put it to you this way. The thing is, you can play. You don't really need it. You know what I'm saying? The direction that they're going, you don't really need the console.
So
it's a choice. Listen, that's a choice. If that's the type of gamer you are, and you want to be on that type of device, that's your choice. It's our choice. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really a preference to where you have to go buy it.
It's like Z said, if you got a diskless base model, a cloud based model system for $150 that plays like Project Stream, you know what I'm saying? Man. You don't, and you're not someone that doesn't worry about. You're not into specs or anything like that. You just want to be able to get access to the game. Then that's a low end model. It's more affordable. You make your brand and your software service
all I know is
more accessible to people that probably wouldn't be able to.
Y'all better have one killer IP. That's all I'm worried about right now.
Hey, look, I ain't worried about that.
You gotta worry about that.
You have to be worried about that. What are you talking about?
I ain't worried about that. I'm not worried about that because if you look at the studios that they purchased, if you look at the studios that they're trying to purchase, they're gonna be well set to deliver some amazing IPs next year. Right?
You better cross your fingers. That's all I'm saying.
They're by them investing heavily in first party. That should let you know that, you know what I'm saying.
That shit ain't let me know nothing. They gotta come with.
It's just like everybody when they purchased Obsidian. Everybody used to be on Obsidian prior to that. Yeah, just Fallout Vegas, who out there? Then with Microsoft, they probably don't even have the same people there that who out the bed. Then Obsidian just released their game that they did with Take-Two, and everybody into that shit. Like, this shit look good. This shit fire. This is what Fallout. This is what Fallout's supposed to be. And it's crazy though because Obsidian in Exile used to make up
essentially Fallout was basically a
those 2 studios. Those 2 studios used to be
Wasteland.
What was they was before that? Something Play. what's Interplay?
It was Black something. I forgot.
Listen,
Black something did it was Interplay. You know what I'm saying? But look, they got two of the best RPG studios in the Western Hemisphere. They still out there about to purchase two more studios. So,
oh my God, this shit's so boring.
So you know what I'm saying? I think
it's like a science class. Shit is trash, my nigga.
No, it's only trash because you don't want to hear, nigga. You can't fight back. You can't fight back, nigga. You can't.
Hey, post
can't fight back.
You see how the facts was hitting him in his chest?
You can't fight back.
He had to say something. Post up. Them facts was hitting him in his chest.
At the end of the day, all that shit
get all day for this fuck nigga.
Listen, all that shit about acquiring. Y'all better have them games, bro.
Hey, post up. Them facts was hitting him in the chest. He had to scream and say something, man. It's boring now because it's boring.
No, nigga, my console got games, motherfucker. I don't know what you're talking about. I know
it's cool, man. It was hitting you in your chest, though. It's cool, man.
It's not, bro. Listen,
we got the Last of Us right now. It's all good, bro.
I got Death Stranding. I don't know what y'all fucking with, but my side, we good. At the end of the day, y'all gotta get games, bro. Y'all gotta get games.
Good point. We need some games. We need some games.
I don't know what. Look,
we need the games.
Hold on. This games and look. I don't really brag on the company, but if a company is doing $10 billion in revenue,
post up, it's like watching paint dry. You should boring, my nigga.
Oh shit.
If a company is making $10 billion in revenue, then what are they selling? You know what I'm saying? In terms of software, and what are these people buying if they're on a platform that have no games? And for them to make $10 billion in revenue, they must be buying something.
Listen, I just hope all that
go sit your ass down somewhere.
Listen, I'm just hoping it pays off at the end because with your boring shit, they better come out with some fire ass games, bro. They better come out with some fire because you know I'm gonna be on here smoking your shit. It's
and like
over.
I said, Obsidian already gave you one. And what's so crazy about
what was that? What they get?
The one they just announced at the Game Awards.
How you know that's fire though?
It's going.
How you know it's fire though?
If you have, do you read
How
articles?
You know it's fire? Post up.
Do you read articles, nigga?
I don't, nigga. I play games. I don't.
Well, do you look at gameplay?
Did you look at gameplay?
Plenty of gameplay.
I don't go based on gameplay. I'm talking about, does it have a score yet? Did anybody rate this shit? No, right?
Wait. So you knew God of War was gonna be a fantastic game off gameplay, but you can't.
I know.
Yeah.
The last couple of games I played before it.
Look,
come on, bro.
They shitted on Obsidian.
In other words, you need numbers in order for it to be a fire game. You need somebody to tell you
I gotta play it.
What's so crazy about
you
that
just sat here and told everybody you need a number.
Look,
what number I said.
You said it didn't have a score, so I mean, so in other words, you need a number in order for it to say it's fire.
I need to play it.
Oh, hey, give my man Alex. Let him catch his breath. Hey, yo, hold up. Let him catch his breath, showstopper. Let him catch his breath.
To tell you something's hot.
And what's so crazy? Hey, showstop. What's so crazy about that?
I tell y'all, these numbers has got y'all crazy, bro. These Metacritic scores don't got y'all crazy.
Hey, showstop.
You need another man's opinion to tell you what's hot.
Nah,
hey, showstop.
Showstop is crazy.
I need to play it. Tell you what's hot.
Yo, hey, look.
These come from the same guys that said God trash. You ain't even play it. Whole ass nigga.
But what's so crazy about that, right? The game is a multi-plat right now, right? But I heard Obsidian owns the IP. And if Obsidian owns the IP, that means Microsoft owns the IP. So that means Take-Two, private division, owns the publishing. So at some point, Microsoft can back the publishing, similar to what EA did with Mass Effect, right? So if a part 2 of that game come out, it could be exclusive.
That game better be fire.
Hey, hold on, pay the bills, post.
Hey, I heard it all when my man said he needed a score. Wow, that's beyond me, man. I'm done for the night.
All right, hold up.
All right, you the shooter with the 199.
My man need a score for it to be fire. Wow.
I gotta give you the score.
Not him getting in his mittens and been playing and pushing buttons.
Yo,
he need another man's score.
So before
Take that L, man.
How many exclusives? how many exclusives you beat this year?
Hey, every game I bought. Trust me.
How many you
beat? Every game I bought.
What
and that's what, about 20, 10, 15, somewhere around there. Let me go down. About 15.
That's it? That's 365 days.
I work extremely long, so that's good for me.
You work extremely long, but 12 hours.
Hey, yo, Z, you need to pull up. Z, you need to pull up that David Chappelle gif where he dragging his legs because this nigga getting his legs beat the fuck in right now.
And I can comment from my phone. That's a different thing, player.
I don't know, man.
All right, pay the bill real quick, post.
Spooky, man.
Yo, we need that David Chappelle gif right now where his legs.
So that's good for
his legs get beat the fuck in right now.
Niggas, when we ask you how many games y'all play, we work, we got real lives, but y'all every podcast.
Listen,
Microsoft got that smoke.
That 15 is just on Xbox.
Ooh,
they ain't including PlayStation.
Get him, Showstop.
That's why I asked you how many you beat in general.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, hold up.
Hey, don't talk. You
shout out
beat games, nigga. You
shut up.
Fuck you talking about?
Anybody, every game I pretty much like when I end something and I want to brag about it or whatever, I put it up on Twitter or I do a video about it or something. So you can check my history. I got it.
Yo, shout out to
Sheldon. I do that sparingly. Not every game, but the big ones, I will do it. Like Red Dead, I put that up in like 2 weeks.
Yo, shout out to Sheldon with the $2 holler. He say Xbox don't want games, they want Phil Spencer.
Right.
AP
for that one, man. That's funny. That's funny.
AP shooter.
What?
Oh, AP the shooter says, Bias New Studios, don't believe your lying eyes. Don't believe you.
Listen, I don't want to hear no more games from now on. 2019, y'all ain't showing games. That's talking about studios being acquired. That's another L for y'all. Period.
All right, we got you.
E3,
we got E3 coming.
I'm being nice. Christmas is next. You know what I'm saying? You know, Santa's coming.
Hey, I like you, man. Hey, who is this? What's your name?
That's Alex.
I like you, bro.
This is Alex the pony, man. Alex.
This is Alex the pony. What's good, bro? Hey, man, you go at it anyway, Alex. You know better than this.
On Twitter.
Hey, yo.
I'm the troll father, you heard?
Let me see this last thing.
Same here, bro. Same here.
Let me say the last thing before we go. Hey, Poster, I'm gonna leave you with this last comment, right? All right. So, of course, Microsoft is acquiring studios. Do you have any expectations for?
You know he does.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, I don't know, man. Shit be strange. You know what I mean? Do you have any expectations? Do you think we're going to see something new from Microsoft next in 2020 or 2019?
Yes, we're going to see a new IP from Microsoft. That new IP is going to be from Ninja Theory, Bleeding Edge. They already confirmed it. It's coming in 2019. They already confirmed it to be coming in 2019.
Yo,
so that's the first. That's the first one. No. That's the first one. It's going to be exclusive.
Post.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, because it might have been already with the publishing deal or something.
How you feel about?
It's exclusive because I think some months ago Aaron Greenberg and the whole marketing team was over at Ninja Theory.
Oh my god, bro! The science class is in full session. Go.
I'm just in terms of E3, I'm keeping my expectations low because I don't know how much of next gen content we're going to see, if at any. We might just get a few new IPs, and they might just give us the same Gears 5, Ori Will of the Wisp, and all of that. So my expectations is low for E3, or we might get another.
So you don't think they should have skipped E3 like some? Because you ain't really got nothing to show. Why be there?
I'm just saying, I just don't. Giving Phil stands on showing things when they're not ready or anything like that.
Oh my god! Did you hear him? His voice got quieter when he said that shit.
Yeah,
man, you sound depressed. They're saying here in the chat, post up things, see if it's gonna be the game of the year 2019. God damn.
I'm just saying, I'm keeping low expectations.
When you say,
for
I'm lowering my expectations, man, that warns me this shit's gonna be bad. Don't do that.
No, it's not gonna be. It's not. Don't take just because I'm saying it. I'm on my expectation.
You said the same shit about that. What was that?
XO,
yeah.
I'm excited. I know
that shit.
That shit was a Game Pass advertisement, bro.
Yeah, that shit was bad. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit was bad, man.
I called it. I knew that shit was on dog.
Hey, yo, I know I told Crapgamer everything he know, but I was so how this nigga gonna spin this shit here? I'm gonna sit back looking that shit was bad.
As I learn more about that shit, I'm like, nah, I ain't hyped for this shit. I'm lowering my expectations.
Like, you don't even want to go back to that dog shit.
As I learn more,
oh damn.
As I learn more behind the scenes, I'm like, nah, I'm lowering my expectations.
Hold up. Harsh Reality says, get his ass one stop. I don't even think One Stop's still in here.
Yeah, where the hell did One Stop go?
Probably passed out. He ain't here no more. He ain't even in here. Hey, Chad, man.
Idea of that streaming shit.
They left me in the corner. I was jumping.
They didn't let my man Puerto Rock get his, post Alex get his point.
Yeah, Puerto Rock's rethinking life right now. I said PlayStation would never do this shit. What did I do?
Ninja Theory do got a game coming out in 2019.
That AL sitting hot on his chest, bro. Did he hear the podcast or something?
I'm gonna say this right now.
Who's that?
Puerto Rock.
I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna give him 2 days to make this goddamn video like he did for Microsoft. I need the same
please do.
Well, let me correct.
I want that same 30 piece he did on Microsoft, bro. I want that whole 30-minute video.
I want to correct myself real quick. Somebody said in the chat that Ninja Theory game is not 2019, which it is. I don't know if it's releasing in 2019, but it will be shown next year. They have already confirmed that. They already confirmed.
Who confirmed that? Who's that?
Ninja Theory themselves confirmed that.
Oh, I thought Phil did.
You're about to rag on them.
Phil confirmed it too.
Oh shit!
Hey, yo, hold up. What we doing tonight? What we playing tonight? What we doing?
Battlefield. Let's go.
Battlefield. All right.
Yo, so we're not gonna end it on a nice note.
Yeah. Hey, that's fuck. Hey, Showstopper.
Hey, Zaire.
Nah.
Man, to get in on Mortal Kombat.
Yo, what? What you saying? What?
We're gonna have to do it, bro.
Wait, what? XL 11? What you want? What you talking?
The 10, nigga. We're gonna go ahead and do it.
Oh, what's on Mortal Kombat XL? What's up?
Yeah. We can do that one.
Okay, so when you want to do this?
Get your little stick man that you love. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, show. Okay, so what's that? What day you want to do it on?
Saturday, bro. That's when I'm off, man. That's when.
Okay, now listen. Let me come looking for you, bro. Let me come looking for you, bro.
Yeah, God, you ain't gotta look for me. I'm gonna look for you early. You know what I'm saying? Hey, before I even eat my Wheaties, we going at it, bro.
All right. It's going down. It's going down, ladies and gentlemen.
The last time me and you battled was UFC, and I believe I won that.
I ain't play that shit.
I won that.
And he talking about the orange. He talking about the orange Wheatie box with Michael Jordan on that motherfucker.
It's only right we go ahead and do it again. You know what I'm saying?
All right, you know what? I'm looking right now. I'm about to walk the dog on show.
Get your thumbs right, bro. Get your thumbs right.
Okay, you talking real breezy.
I'm telling you.
You talking real
breezy. I don't even play fighters, but I'm going to still split you off muscle memory.
Oh, okay. You know what? He talking real slick here, man.
So we closing it with that, right?
Yeah, we'll close it
with that. Saturday is going down. Z and Zaire.
That ain't it, Chief.
Hey, he called out everybody. I'm sitting here like, oh, what?
You was out. Hey, bro. Hey, show. You know you been MIA for about 6 years. You was out in South Africa praying for people with polio. So I ain't know you was still on your mission or not, bro. But you come back. You want the smoke? Say no more.
I want the smoke. I want all the smoke.
Yo, you know he gonna embarrass you and throw that shit on Twitter, right?
Oh yeah.
Hey, listen. When me and him went at it, I put it up on Facebook. I put it everywhere. So it's only right.
Hold up. What about that 2K?
You know what I'm saying?
What about that 2K? How about double that 2K? Oh yeah. Yeah. I gave him that members only jacket. I gave him that members only jacket.
Go at it. It's going down. Hey, like I said, we ain't did it in a while. We got to go back. Wait. He
said, wait, who?
It's only right.
Hey, yo, hold up, man. What's going on? Let's do this.
Calling him out.
We out, but listen.
Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
We've been beating them legs up hard.
Stick man that you love. That's what I want to see.
Okay, say no more.
Hey, we need to pull up. We need to pull up that Dave Chappelle gif for Alex. Cause his legs beat the fuck up right now.
Hey, yo, Poster, that nigga call this shit. Do not start this shit, Poster. All right, you want to start?
Love, bro. You do it.
I'm looking for another nigga.
Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Yeah.
All right, but hold up. We about to get up out of here.
Hold up, before we go. Shout out to Overdone for that goddamn masterpiece he made.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna upload it tomorrow. I gotta upload it tomorrow morning. You didn't see it.
Shout out to Overdone for that masterpiece.
Again, you're damn right. I gotta refresh my memory with greatness.
Yeah,
Man, that shit was crazy. They did that.
Yeah, hold on, but listen, we going if you guys want to still rock out more game talk, more bugging it up, it's going over to we're going over to Twitch.
Say this.
This is the link right here.
Shout out to Porter Rock for showing up. Shout out to One Stop for showing up. J Dub ducked. I don't know what Baron that he ducked. That nigga.
Baron having
that nigga J Dub fell off the grid. Nigga. That nigga Showstopper beat his legs up in the DMs. That nigga. That nigga disappeared.
He said this in the chat like I'm out. Fake news. I'm out.
Hey, give me a like that. Taking that.
Yo, we ain't heard from J Dub since.
He pulled a Donald Trump on me and did it.
Alright, bro. We ain't heard from that nigga since.
Wait, hey, post up. Didn't Reggie say he likes that streaming shit?
Yeah, he did.
We're bearing out on that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Baron said the same thing. Ain't no need for Nintendo to do it. And Reggie saying, okay, we played Project Stream and we're looking into it. The Nintendo Switch is already streaming, doing test streams in Japan. I'm like, and you know what I'm saying? Z was right along with him, agreeing post. They do have a you don't see Sony or Nintendo doing this. Z my nigga now. Z smart. He kept quiet the whole show. He knew.
Yeah, man. I was looking to see my contract, man.
On the real.
Yeah, I was. Hold on. Let me open up the Xbox app on my PlayStation. On my PC. Xbox app. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're going right over like I said to same energy. We're going straight over to Twitch, man. I just left the link right there. We're gonna be live in actually 2 seconds. I'm about to send the invites out. Yeah, Post, you hopping on, Post?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm hopping on. What we playing?
Battlefield. You know how we doing.
Okay.
I learn how to customize our guns.
Oh yeah, I forgot to look at that video.
Oh, it's easy to do. I'll show you.
Yeah.
You just gotta be on the main menu to do it.
Alright, submit.
Oh, man,
alright.
So you
I'm gonna boot up my Xbox.
heard him that
Alright, y'all, I'm gonna catch y'all, man.
Alright.
Man.
Hey, show be ready, show. I want all the smoke. I want that same energy.
Hey, Saturday
I want that same.
sure,
And listen, I'm gonna play this. You want to stream
Saturday
it?
for
You got a
sure.
camera? Cause you know what I mean. I hate the question. You still got that connect. Why don't you stream it on Mixer? Mixer on playing you, and not the developer. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I want that same energy though.
Oh shit, he said make sure I'm playing you and not the developer.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I know you ain't. You must have seen my work. So I want the guy with the stick. You don't want my man with that pool stick. That's the nigga be cool stick. Nah, but listen, we going right over to Twitch. I'm gonna get right now. I left the link. We out of here.